It's a 2-point win for the Lady Bulldogs. A low-scoring game. I think it's 35-33. And, I think Coach Grodd talked to Coach Kroll before the game here tonight, Scott, and he thinks they can win tonight.
Yeah, I had the same conversation with him, and and they should be confident. They stuck with Indy, pretty much for 4 quarters down at their place, so there's no reason why the Lady Vikings can't come out and get win number 3 here tonight. And we were talking earlier before we went on the air. I mean, one more win and the Lady Vikes might find themselves in the sub-state bracket.
Yeah. But the thing is, they're tied with Chanute at that 2-15. So there'd have to be 2 teams, and I want to say it's Paola maybe, or somebody's
Paola.
1-16.
Yep.
So most likely, win or lose this game, the girls should still have a chance next week. I think if we beat Chanute at Chanute, that could get them a sub-state game as well, which is not going to be an easy task because you're going to be the 16 seed,
Most
and you're going to go play a team that's either 19-1 or 18-2, and it's not going to be it's not going to be a fun game. But you never want to shy away from getting to the postseason, though. So Coach Kroll in his first year, I think at this point every win is just gravy for him, because I feel like this team has potential next year to get into, I don't know if it's double-digit wins, but I would say close to 500. I think this team is a team that can get up in the, 8, 9, 10 wins next year. I really do. That they've got some girls coming back and a lot of freshman talent, and I know there's a girl in 8th grade coming up ready to play ball. So it's going to be exciting for the Lady Vikes in the future. So, but starting off tonight, it'd be nice to get a win here against the Indy Bulldogs, especially here on senior night for Sayla Ray and Calissa Kelly on their senior night.
Yeah, and because one thing we do know, as far as the boys go, they might get another home game in sub-state. We know that will not be the case with the Lady Vikings. So this is definitely last time for those seniors to play in this gym. And
100%, it'll most likely it'll be the last time that Sayla Ray and Calissa Kelly will be on this court playing basketball.
Yeah, so hopefully they both come out and play well. Hopefully the whole team plays well and get out of here with a win tonight. That would be great. Win number 3, like I say, it's anything good that happens is just gravy here at the end of the year. And,
exactly.
And just building towards next year. And as you mentioned, really a pretty promising future for the Lady Vikes.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Schultz and Robertson, and all these young girls, Lexi Jones, all the girls that get some playing time on the varsity side of things. Cadence Ball will be back next year as a senior. Alex Stoneberger is only a sophomore.
Yep.
There's some a lot of varsity play on this team that will be coming back next year, and you had a couple of 8th graders that got potential. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch as these girls grow in the future. So we'll see what happens tonight. But I'm hoping for a W here tonight. I'd like to see a W on both boys and girls tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So never want to see an L on senior night.
No, never ever. And if for the listeners that don't know, we will be on the road next week on Monday at 6 and 7:30 at Coffeyville. So, and then on Thursday we will play at Chanute. So next Monday and Thursday we'll be on the road in SEK League play at the last 2 games of the season. And we are going to go to the national anthem. So let's take a 2-minute break and listen to Viking basketball on B93.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Welcome back to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, Karen Hardesty back at the KLKC studio, patching us through, and we are getting the starting lineups for the girls matchup here, and we have senior Addison Morse, junior Brooklyn Maddox, sophomore Sarah Veely, junior Caitlin Spencer, and sophomore Mia Cope in the lineup for the Lady Bulldogs. For the Lady Vikings, freshman Heidi Schultz, junior Cadence Ball, freshman Ayana Robertson, and senior Sayla Ray and senior Calissa Kelly. And again, Scott, should be hopefully a fun night here for Sayla Ray and Calissa Kelly here on their senior night. Be nice to get them a win to send them on the road next week.
Yeah, I've kind of been watching the Lady Vikings warming up and during the announcing the starting lineups and everything. And I think it seems like they got a little bounce in their step, and you know, I think they're ready to come out and play with some energy tonight and figure out a way to get a win against the Lady Bulldogs out of Independence.
Yeah, Lady Bulldogs have struggled this year. They're 5-12 coming in, and without their leading scorer in Kayla Lemos, I think she's just a junior, so hopefully she will be back next year after her ACL injury. And but Lady Vikes get the opening tip. They have the ball. Robertson with it up top, gets it the ball. Now Calissa Kelly with it up top. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to get down low to Kelly. They do. Turnaround is good by Calissa Kelly. 2-0 Lady Vikes. Scott, that's what you want from your senior on senior night. First possession.
Definitely.
Brooklyn Maddox with it. Looking for help, and it's stolen. But Maddox gets it back. It's going to be a travel. Got to be a travel. How is that not a travel? Now Veely with it up top. Spencer setting the screen. Veely gets it to Maddox. Missed a shot. Now should have been a foul on Parsons. Now it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay with Independence as Spencer and Robertson got tied up. We had so many whistles last Friday night that these refs are not blowing their whistle in the early going here. And now Cadence Ball with the rebound, and here comes Ball with it. She's guarded by Morse, gets it to Schultz. Now Robertson wants to drive, kicks it out to Sayla Ray, open for a three, knocks it down. Back-to-back baskets from our seniors. Calissa Kelly and Sailor Ray to give us a 5-0. How about that, Scott?
Yeah, can't get any better than that.
That's awesome. Now Brooklyn Maddox guarded by Schultz. Now Schultz stole it right from Maddox. And now Schultz nearly loses it, gets Sailor Ray. She puts it up, no good. And now Veely with the rebound, but Vikings still fighting for it. They're going to say timeout, 30-second timeout. We're just going to keep it here.
Great start by the Lady Vikings.
Loose ball there, Scott. I thought we were going to get an easy bucket there
so did I.
off that loose ball. But I think Kelly and Robertson both were kind of in that same area, and I think it caused a little bit of confusion there. And I think one of them thought they were going to get it, and the other one thought they were going to get it, and neither one of them got it.
But still, the two-pointer by Kelly and the three-pointer by Sailor Ray, and the seniors have the Lady Vikes out to a quick 5-0 lead. Independence had to burn a quick timeout here, so and we've talked about it all year long. The Lady Vikings have to figure out a way to start better.
Exactly.
And then that's exactly what they've done here in the opening minutes.
And gets Frontenac one of our 2 wins, and that was a game here at Parsons. The Lady Vikes got off to a big lead, and that helped them secure that victory. So hopefully do the same thing here tonight. Veely gets it out on the wing, no good, and rebound goes to Maddox. And now fight for the rebound. Now Cadence Ball has it. She throws it up court, and it is knocked out of bounds by Veely. Lady Vikes caught a break there, Scott, because Ball threw it ahead to Robertson. Robertson didn't realize it was for her, and then she kind of tracked it down, and then Veely came and knocked it out of bounds. So Sailor Ray gets it to Cadence Ball all the way across to Schultz. Schultz, I thought she was going to launch from there. Now Ray puts it on the floor, kicks it back out. Cadence Ball wants a 3, in and out, no good. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Here's Veely. 5.5 to play, first quarter. On the wing to Cope, and shot is missed, and here comes Robertson. Robertson might get all the way to the basket, and she missed the layup. I think she just got a little bit off balance there, Scott. And
she's shown that ability to just be able to basically go coast to coast. She's a great athlete, and she has pretty good handles.
Yeah.
But I think had maybe a little too much momentum, or like you said, maybe a little, didn't have her balance there when she went up for that layup.
Yeah, we're just going to keep it here. It is a full timeout, but we have 5:15 to play first quarter, 5-0 Vikings. The Vikings have forced Indy to call their second timeout, and I think they're completely out of sorts on offense, and I think the coach is really kind of getting into the group that's on.
He's laying into him pretty good. I think that 30-second he called, a lot of that was maybe to kind of save a possession.
Yeah.
This was just he's just not happy with how his team has played in these first 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So they just got an earful.
Yeah, Bryson Bird, he's been the girls' coach for quite a few years and does a good job. And
look at this little full court press by the Lady Vikes out of the timeout.
Robertson guarding the inbounds. They get it into Veely. Now she needs help. Near steal by Sailor Ray, but Maddox breaks it. And Maddox goes all the way, and they're going to call a foul, I think, on Kelly. Yep, Calissa Kelly picks up her first. Now Brooklyn Maddox will go to the line. First free throw from Maddox is good. So Independence is on the board, 5-1. Lady Vikes with a 4-point lead at the moment, but Brooklyn Maddox at the line for one more. Second one is no good. Rebound, Calissa Kelly gets it out to Cadence Ball. Now Cadence gets it to Sayla. Now Schultz, thought about the 3. Now she's in trouble. Nearly lost, but Calissa Kelly picks it up and scores. That's one thing we didn't do early in the year, was stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Calissa had a really good game against Frontenac. I think that just kind of opened her eyes to just go to the basket. And now it's lost, and here's Robertson. She can go all the way. Cope picks her up, missed shot. Sayla Ray underneath, and she's fouled. So Sayla is going to go to the free throw line. How about that, Scott? Your seniors have the first 7 points. And Sayla can tack on a couple more here.
Doesn't always work out that way, but it's nice when it does.
I think that shows you how much senior night means. You know, you have that little bit extra drive. And because to be honest, Scott, Sayla hasn't had – last couple games haven't been great.
Right.
And for her to score 4 points this early is a good sign. And now Robertson picks up a foul on Veely. I think if she just would have stayed straight up instead of leaning in, I think she could have got away with that one. But I could see the lean as she leaned in, and her arm caught Veely's arm. 4:22 to play, first quarter. Sarah Veely at the line for 2. And the first one is no good.
Tony, I've been curious how all 4 teams, the 2 girls teams and 2 boys teams, will play tonight, because it's been such a weird week because of the weather and all the closures and everything.
And second one's banked in. So 8-2, Lady Vikes a 6-point lead and the ball. 4:20 to play, first quarter. Veely really hounding Sayla Ray. Now ball. And Calissa gets it at the free throw line. Now Schultz back out to Robertson. Robertson tries to get in the lane. Now Cadence Ball for a 3. Good. Cadence Ball with a big shot. 11-2 Vikings.
And she has really upped her game this year, Tony, especially from behind the 3-point line. She's shooting the ball very well.
Now Maddox wants a long 2. It's no good, but a long rebound. Goes to Cope. Now Maddox with it, guarded by Schultz. Now underneath the Cope. No good. Kelly. Oh, Brooklyn Maddox stole it from Kelly, but now Sayla gets it off the other miss. Now Sayla gets it ahead to Schultz. Nearly loses it. Now Sayla puts it on the floor and fouled by Veely. So that's going to be Veely's first.
There's just 3:23 to go in the first quarter, Tony. Lady Vikings with just 1 turnover.
That's big, because they've probably averaged about 8 to 10.
Yeah,
a quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some games where they have 30 to 40 turnovers. And now Alex Stoneberger in for the first time. We got a timeout by Coach Kroll. That might be a good timeout. Let's take a 30-second one with them. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
Welcome back to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes and Scott Marlowe. We are back in action. First quarter, 3:19 and counting. 11-2, Lady Vikings with the lead. Robertson with it, gets it to Ray. Sayla wants to go to the basket, puts it up and in. Sayla Ray now with 6 points here in the early going. So 6 from Ray, 4 from Kelly. Their 2 seniors have 10 points. 13-2. And now in the paint is Spencer, and if that's on Robertson, that could be trouble. Sure enough, that's Ayana Robertson's second foul. That probably will send her to the bench, Scott.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if Coach Kroll leaves her out there.
He hasn't made a move yet, but Calissa Kelly is inching towards the scorer's table.
You know, and I guess you love having her athleticism out there, but if she has to take a seat it's nice that she can do it with a double-digit lead.
Yeah, 13-2. And Spencer missed the first one here, so Indy has made 1 of 2, both other trips to the line, and missed both of them here. Now it's going to be a foul on Maddox. That's huge, Scott.
Yeah, that's big.
Because both free throws were missed, and the best player in Brooklyn, Maddox, picks up her second, so she may have to go. She is going to the bench, Scott, because she fouled out at Indy against us. So
see how the Lady Vikes handle this full court press.
Gets it into Stoneberger. Oh, I'd like to see her keep and attack that. Now Schultz for 3, short. And now rebound is knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Lady Vikes. I think that would have been Indy's ball.
I think so.
And Morse was chasing it like she needed to save it.
Oh, are they going to? They're going to try to turn the.
There's no way.
Change that call. Let's see.
No way, because Morse went out of bounds and touched that. I don't think the ball had touched out of bounds until Morse went out and touched it.
Long conversation there by those 2 officials.
Yep.
I think they're going to change it. Let's see.
They're going to call a foul, maybe.
No, they're just getting the shot clock.
The shot clock. I like that.
Saying there's no change of possession, I guess. So.
That ball hit the rim, Scott, and went all the way out there. That should have been a reset of the shot clock.
Yeah, that's
if
strange.
I was Coach Cole, but at this point, I think he's just happy to have the ball.
Yeah.
We'll take it. Now Calissa Kelly gets it to Sayla Ray. 2:33 and counting, down to 11 on the shot clock. Lady Vikes going to have to shoot it at 8. Calissa is going to have to do something with it. She throws it to Sayla. She throws it up. Oh, I thought it was going to go. Now here comes the Bulldogs. Here comes Veely. 13-2, Lady Vikes. 2:13 to play here in the first quarter. Veely in trouble. Now Morse gets it in. There's a little floater by Morgan McLennan. That's her. She just checked in the game, gets the first basket for the Lady Bulldogs. 13-4. Now Cadence Ball gets it to Stoneberger. I would like to see Stoneberger throw that up. Now missed 3-pointer from Cadence Ball. Yeah, I think Stoneberger's a little gun shy.
Yeah. Oh,
now
that was a touch foul.
Cadence Ball's going to pick up a foul.
Yeah, Indy's struggling, Tony. 1 out of 8 from the field and just 2 out of 6 from the free throw line.
Lady Vikes pick up the 4th foul. 1:38 to play. So now Spencer in the lane, she scores it. So now 13-6 is our score. Lady Vikes with a 7-point lead. Now Stoneberger with it. She's guarded by Cope. Now Schultz. Now Sayla Ray with it on the wing. I want to get it into Calissa Kelly, but she kicks it back out. Stoneberger thought about the 3. Now we're down to 12 seconds. Now Schultz is going to launch 3. It's good! Heidi Schultz knocks down the 3. I'd like to see her shoot more. She's got a good touch. 16-6 now. Lady Vikes 10-point lead. Veely gets it to Spencer. Now Spencer throws it away. I think Spencer could be a problem down low for us.
I agree, especially with Robertson on the bench right now with 2 fouls.
Now Schultz hits it, gets it back to Ray. Sayla quickly down the court, guarded by Veely. And Veely's a little spark plug. She's fast.
Yeah, she's an athlete.
Yeah, her sister was a great athlete as well. And now Lady Vikes the inbounds, get it into Schultz. Over to Cadence Ball. I'd like to see her take that to the left side, Scott. It was open.
Yes, yep.
Now Calissa Kelly gets it to Schultz on the wing. All the way back across to Ray. I thought she was going to launch from there.
I did too.
Now Stoneberger's going to launch, and it's no good. Heidi Schultz tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. 16-6, Lady Vikes with a 10-point lead. Veely the inbounds for the Lady Bulldogs. Now Veely to bring it up to court. And now she kicks it to Morse. She traveled. Well, that's big because they're not going to get a shot off here. The Lady Bulldogs could have held for last shot there, but now the Lady Vikes hopefully can get a shot. They can get it down the court. Schultz. Oh, she's fouled by, I believe, Cope. Let's see who they get it on. That's just the 4th foul. So Robertson's going to come in.
Yeah, you wonder if they're going to try to lob it into her for this final possession.
Yeah, she's guarded by McLennan. Now Spencer, so we'll see what they do. And now Lady Vikes tried to get it back to Sailor Ray after she inbounds it and got knocked out of bounds.
Robertson right back to the bench. Make sure she doesn't pick up a cheap 3rd one in the final
1.7, so shouldn't be able to get a shot off. Well, she does, and it's no good. So 16-6 into the first quarter. Let's take a 1-minute break and listen to Viking basketball V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
Welcome back to Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium at Parsons High School. It's senior night, and the Lady Vikings seniors are showing out in the first quarter, Scott. Sailor Ray had 6, and Calissa Kelly had 4. So
yeah,
10
that's fabulous.
10 of the
That's
16
awesome.
was by our seniors. So hopefully they can continue that. Cadence Ball gets it to start off the second quarter. She pulls up. Now Robertson with it. She's back in with those 2 fouls. And off of Spencer and knocked out of bounds. So Lady Vikes will maintain possession. And Brooklyn Maddox back in the game with her 2 fouls as well. So we'll see how long Robertson can go without picking up that 3rd foul. Now they're going to say it went out of bounds off Sailor Ray. No turnover for the Vikes. That's twice in a row, the last 2 possessions.
Yeah, they tried that play.
Identical. Brooklyn Maddox, guarded by Schultz, gets it to Spencer. Now Veely with a little floater, no good. Calissa Kelly with the rebound. And Maddox trying to block that passing lane. Now they get it to Robertson, down low, she scores it. Ayana Robertson with her first basket. Big basket there, 18-6.
Nice assist by Cadence Ball, too.
Yeah, she's seen her streaking to the basket down the lane. That was perfect pass. Now Morse with it up top. Veely gets to McLennan. Now Veely for 3, no good, and rebound Sailor Ray. Here comes Sayla. She wants to keep going. She goes all the way and is fouled by Morse, I believe. Let's see. Get on number 1, Scott.
I believe
He's still
so.
looking.
Yeah.
Yep, he got one. Yep.
This might be the best first half Sayla's had all year.
Yeah, she's playing solid. First free throw from Sayla's going down. She's looking to drive to the basket. That game, the 7th, 8th place game at the Lancer Classic when we beat, I believe it was Baxter, she had 5 threes in that game. So besides that game, this is definitely her best game. So now Maddox, as Sayla Ray knocks down both free throws, 20-6 now. Lady Vikes push it up to a 14-point lead. That's
just
the biggest lead.
Only 2 turnovers, and they're shooting 50% from the field.
So. I'll take that all night. Now McLennan with it. Gets it to Morse. Looking for Maddox down low, and she's double teamed immediately. Now McLennan for a 3, and it is good. So Morgan McLennan has 5 points. Now Sayla Ray with it. 20-9, Lady Vikes lead by 11. Schultz gets it to Ray in the corner.
She needs help.
She definitely needs help. Gets it back up top to Cadence Ball. Now Sayla's going to launch from 3. In and out, no good. Now Calissa Kelly puts it back and in. What a great offensive rebound by Calissa, and she gets her 6th point. So seniors still showing out here. Just something about that senior night, Scott.
Yeah.
Now Brooklyn Maddox gets it down low to Spencer. Turn around, no good. Gets her own rebound. Oh, that's gotta be.
That's a jump ball all night long, Tony. I can't believe it.
That's either a jump ball or a travel.
Yeah.
Oh, they got it on Robertson.
Oh.
There's no way. That was Calissa Kelly.
Yes.
That
I cannot believe that. Jeez.
Yeah, Wes is talking to the ref that called it. First free throw from Spencer is good.
Yeah, I just I don't understand that sequence at all.
Oh. So now Robertson may be done for the half.
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
5:49 to play here in the second quarter. Lady Vikes with a 12-point lead. Spencer at the line for one more free throw here. And second free throw is short. And off of Veely and out of bounds. So Lady Vikes catch a break there. 12-point lead, 5:49 to play, second quarter. Lady Vikes just need to continue attacking the basket because they've been doing great.
Yep.
And now Sayla's having trouble getting it in, gets it into Stoneberger. Alex up the floor, guarded by Cope. She gets the elbow. Now Cadence Ball for 3, and it's fouled on a 3. So Cadence will shoot 3 free throws. I thought the 3 was going to go. It looked good.
Yeah, when it left her hand, I thought it was good as well.
So Cadence will have 3 free throws. First one up and good. So Cadence Ball now with 4 points. Should be 23-10. 2 more free throws for Ball. Second one is up and in. Free throws are key, Scott. I like it.
Yeah, I've got Lady Vikes at 5 out of 6. Indy just 3 for 8.
And Ball will have 1 more. And it is up and in. That's 3 big free throws.
Yeah, Lady Vikes playing great tonight.
25-10, 15-point lead. Brooklyn Maddox guarded by Schultz, and Schultz is on her like a shirt. Man. And now a turnover as Veely was cutting to the basket, and McLennan thought she was going to go the other way. So now Lady Vikes will get another possession here. 5:28 to play. And she needs to get it in. She throws it all the way up. And Calissa Kelly and Spencer are going to lock up for a jump ball, and it's going to go to the Bulldogs. I thought it was going to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, sure enough.
Sayla Ray went over to him, bounce it. And he's like, no, it's going the other way. Had them all confused, though, didn't he? Or she did anyway. She was acting like it was our ball. Now Maddox to bring it up. Gets it to Veely. Now Cope thought about the 3. Now McLennan will shoot a 3. It's an air ball. And it was not tipped. So Lady Vikes with the possession again. Lady Vikes just need to get it in here. Now Stoneberger, don't get trapped there, don't get trapped there. Now Sayla, going to be guarded by Veely. She gets it across. Now Cadence ball quickly to Stoneberger. Now Cadence launches another three. Oh, I thought that one was good. Just off the back iron. 4:51 and counting. 25-10. Lady Vikes with a 15-point lead. Missed shot, but now Spencer with the rebound, put back, and now Maddox with the rebound and put back, no good. And Sailor Ray with the rebound. So Lady Vikes catching a break for Indy shoot being cold. Now Stoneberger misses the three. And now Veely, nearly stolen by Schultz. As Veely got the loose ball and then tried to throw it to Maddox, and Schultz nearly intercepted that. And now here comes Maddox, gets it ahead to Veely. Now McLennan gets it back to Maddox. Now Spencer in the lane, and it's good, and wow. They called a foul as she made the basket.
I need an explanation on that one as well.
Yeah, called on Calissa Kelly, that's her second. Foul's gonna be trouble, Scott. And the free throw is good from Spencer. She now has 6 points. Now Stoneberger gets it to Cadence Ball, guarded by Maddox. And Schultz puts it on the floor, back to Ball. Now out to Stoneberger. Stoneberger guarded by Cope. Lady Vikes down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to do something with it. And now they get it in the lane. Now back out to Schultz for a three. And no good. So 3:38 to play, second quarter. Lady Vikes lead by 12, 25-13. So Brooklyn Maddox to bring it up the court. Now McLennan wants a three, in and out, no good, but a rebound by Veely. It goes out of bounds. So Lady Vikes need to clean up keep the Indy Bulldogs off those offensive rebounds.
That's number 6 on the offensive glass for Indy.
Yep, now Cope with missed shot. I think that's going to be off of Ball. Yeah, Spencer's definitely going to be a problem in the paint, Scott. She just has just a little bit more athleticism and a little bit more height than any of the Vikings. And Robertson's the only one I think that can handle her. And Robertson picked up her third foul, so she's not going to be able to guard. And I'm afraid it's going to let Indy back into this game. And Schultz knocks it off of Spencer.
Yeah, great play.
Yeah, heads up play by Heidi Schultz. And that's what's going to take is hustle from these Lady Vikes that are a little bit shorter, as in like Heidi Schultz. She's a fighter. Yeah, and now she throws it away. Veely gets the steal and then throws it off Sailor Ray out of bounds. So Indy's going to get another possession underneath their own basket. I'm pretty sure Schultz and Veely know each other probably from the tennis court.
Yeah.
Now another foul. Hope that's not on Kelly.
I think it is. Yep.
Sure enough, that's her third. So now we have nobody to guard Spencer in the paint. I'd like to see Farrell Getman get in the game. Mm-hmm. She's usually pretty good, and then she's taking off her warm-up. So Spencer's first free throw is good. Farrell Getman is quick enough, and I think she might be able to try to guard Spencer. It's going to be a tough task.
Yeah, it is.
And second free throw is good. So 2 big free throws. Spencer's made her last 3. 3:09 and counting. Stoneberger to bring it up. 25-15. Lady Vikes with a 10-point lead. Farrell Getman. They get a timeout. So 3:02 to play. 25-15. And it's just a 30-second, Scott. We're just going to keep it here.
Yeah, probably a good timeout by Coach Kroll. The Lady Vikes have essentially dominated the game, but all of a sudden Indy's kind of inched back into it, down by just 10. And he might be talking about a lot of things, but he might be reminding his team to box out and rebound, because they've given up some offensive rebounds, and now with Kelly and Robertson on the bench with 3 fouls, you know, it could. I think these next 3 minutes are just kind of be about survival for the Lady Vikes. Just try to maintain that 10-point lead going into the locker room.
We haven't seen Draper yet.
Nope.
She was, I think she may have been sick last week because she wasn't here last week, but she is here, suited up tonight, so we'll possibly see her. Backcourt violation, kind of silly.
I thought it was definitely a turnover. I was waiting for the foul on the inbounds pass.
She looked like she got smacked on the hand. And now Veely to inbounds for the Lady Bulldogs. Gets it into Cope. And now Cope knocks it out of bounds off herself. Lady Vikes catch a break there, get the ball back, but Lady Bulldogs putting up this press. They've gotten a couple turnovers off of it. And Lady Vikes are struggling to get it in the ball. Now Sayla. Crossover. Gets it to Schultz. Now Farrell Getman. Back to Ray. And near steal there is going to end up being a steal, I believe. No. Sayla puts it on the floor. They're going to call travel. 25-15, Lady Vikes still with the 10-point lead. 2:34 before the break. Brooklyn Maddox to bring it up the floor. Now Veely. Now Cope gets to McLennan. She puts it on the floor and scores it. And that is her 7th point. She came in off the bench, Scott, and has
she's played well.
7 of their 17. Now spin move by Ball. She gets into Maddox there, and I thought she was going to take a shot, but she didn't. Now Schultz with it on the wing. Gets it the ball. Now back to Stoneberger. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Schultz down to 10 seconds. Now Stoneberger was open. Now she drives, loses the handle.
And they
Jump
only
ball
have
possession.
Unless they reset the shot clock, they only have 2 seconds left.
Yep. 2 seconds left on the shot clock on the jump ball. And here comes Terry Draper. So Michaela Farrell Getman, I thought was going to come to the ball. She just set a screen for Schultz, who is blocked. Spencer knocks it out of bounds. But, man, I thought it went out of bounds before the shot clock went off.
I thought it did too, Tony.
Well, no matter what, they're going to call it a turnover, an Indy ball. So here comes Veely. Now Morse. McLennan. Brooklyn Maddox for 3, and it's good. That's their first basket. Now it's a 5-point game.
I think this is a 14-5 run. I think Lady Vikes were up 20-6.
I think you're right.
Tough break for Lady Vikes. 2 starters in foul trouble.
They were up by 14, and now it's down to a 5-point lead. Cadence Ball, spin move. Kicks it to Sayla Ray for a 3, and it's short. And now Maddox struggling with it. Finally gets the handle on it. Behind the back. Down to a minute to play in the first half. Maddox gets it to Veely for a 3. No good. Cadence Ball. Gonna bring it up the court. Gets it to Schultz. Down to 50 seconds left to go in the half. 25 on the shot clock. Farrell Getman with it. Now Draper puts it on the floor. Draper gets in the paint. They're going to call travel. 36.2 before half. 35 on the shot clock. So Maddox gets it inbounds. Now Draper picks up Maddox. Draper bumps Maddox, no call. Now Veely gets fouled by Sayla Ray, and that might be Sayla's first.
Yeah, the whole feel of this game changed, Tony, when Kelly and Robertson had to go to the bench.
Yep, 25-20, and Sarah Veely at the line for two. Could cut into that Viking lead. First one's no good. So Veely will have one more. 24.7 seconds left before half. It is up and no good. What happened?
I think there was some sort of violation on Heidi Schultz. I think she stepped inside the three-point line or something while she was shooting, so she's going to get another crack at it.
So Veely will have a second opportunity on her second opportunity. And now Lady Vikes get it. 22 seconds before the half.
Need a basket right here.
Yep, that would be big. Draper picks up her dribble. Now Schultz, back to Draper, Farrah Getman. Sayla thought about the three, she drives. And knocked out of bounds by Indy. .7 left. Draper gets at the ball. Ball shoots a three. No good. Spencer rebound. And now outlet and nothing. So 25-20 is going to be our halftime score. So Lady Vikes with the big start, but Lady Bulldogs coming back, but it is halftime. So let's take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Welcome back to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, and we are ready for the Eye Care Associate of Parsons halftime report brought to you by Doctors Gilmore, Newland, and Ray. And let's first run down the scores for the visiting Lady Bulldogs. Brooklyn Maddox with 4, Sarah Veely with 1, Caitlin Spencer with 8, Morgan McLennan with 7. For the Lady Vikes, they are led by senior Sayla Ray with 8, senior Calissa Kelly with 6, junior Cadence Ball with 6, freshman Heidi Schultz with 3, and freshman Ayana Robertson with 2. And Scott, I think if we can keep Robertson and Kelly away from that fourth foul for at least 4 to 5 minutes of this third quarter, I think we can maintain a lead. We just have to continue to go to the basket on the offense, but we just got to be careful of the reach-in fouls on Spencer in the paint.
Yep.
I mean, that's been where all the fouls have been, is on junior Caitlin Spencer in the paint.
Yeah, and you pointed out that she could cause some problems.
Yeah.
And she definitely has, and it's a little disappointing because the Lady Vikes, say for about the first 10 minutes of this game, were pretty dominant.
Yeah.
And then, but in those last 5 or 6 minutes of the half, Indy gained a lot of ground. Parsons was a better shooting team. They were actually 50% most of the first half, and then cooled off there at the end, and they shot 8 out of 22 for 36%. Indy just 6 out of 23 for 26%. 6 out of 13 for 46% for Indy from the free throw line. I have the Lady Vikes 6 out of 7, 85.7%. Rebounds almost even, 15 to 13 in favor of Indy, but one thing we've seen a lot, Lady Vikes getting beat on the offensive glass, 6 to 2 in the first half, and then also turnovers almost even, 8 for the Lady Vikes, 7 for the Lady Bulldogs. And that Indy press caused some issues because we were about halfway through the second quarter, and Lady Vikes only had 2 turnovers, so they ended up with 8. But still, that's less than half of what they have.
It's nice to have Robertson in the game because she can just grab the ball and break that
and
press.
Just go. Yep.
And hopefully, like I said, hopefully she can stay away from that fourth foul, because that's going to be the big issue here as the second half starts up. And
I don't know the people that are listening to our halftime show if they're avid basketball fans or not, but it's when you have an athlete like Robertson, it's not just what she can do as far as scoring and rebounding. It's that she can demand so much attention from a defense, and it opens up so many more opportunities for her teammates. We see it year after year, game after game, when there's that kind of star athlete out on the floor that gets so much attention from the opposing defense, and it just changes everything. When you're on offense, and hopefully, like you said, you want them to get through about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm hoping they get through the entire third quarter without Robertson or Kelly picking up their fourth. I might be getting greedy, but they need both of those girls on the floor, and hopefully, Sayla Ray and Kelly, were just lights out that first quarter.
It was awesome.
And hopefully those 2 seniors can come out and have a great second half. I'd love to see the Lady Vikes hang on and get their third win of the season.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching the boys warm up, Scott, and I think back to that Indy game and Kellen Lanning. He's a phenomenal athlete, but he likes to run his mouth. And as they're doing their little warm up drills, and him and Dante already had some words at half court.
And
then you see Lanning, shooting these NBA threes, and he's like looking back at the Parsons guys when he's shooting them, like he's like, "Are you guys watching me?" It's just like, oh man, we're going to be in for a treat in this boys contest here in a little bit. I think it's going to be a battle, just like it was down at Indy, and it's going to be a fun night.
That was a boys game was really entertaining.
Yeah,
a couple of months ago, or early January. And I think Lanning went for about 28.
Yeah, I think he had 6 threes.
Yeah, he had a big night, and the Vikings had a great night as well. I think Johnson came up big in the fourth quarter with
Yeah.
his size. He really started to dominate the paint. So should be another good one.
And I feel like Largent's gotten a little bit more aggressive since that game as well. So, but back to the girls. I mean, I truly think if we could stay out of fouls, I think we'll be fine. Because I feel like, we scored 16 in the first quarter, 9 in the second, but the scoring slowed down as soon as Kelly and Robertson were on the bench.
Yeah.
So, with them in there with their presence in the paint, allowed some open shots on the outside, and that's whenever Schultz knocked down her three, and Cadence Ball got fouled on a three. So, but since then, we really haven't scored a whole lot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Lady Vikes, their offense was that first quarter. I hadn't seen their offense click like that all season. I know you mentioned their first win against Baxter. I wasn't able to be at that one, but they looked really good, and I think get that starting five out there again to start the second half, and we're down to a 5-point lead. Get that right back up to double digits. Within the first couple of minutes, and all of a sudden, Lady Vikings will be feeling pretty good about life, I would think.
Yep, and we are going to wrap up the Eye Care Associate halftime report, brought to you by Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be ready for the second half. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93. Welcome back to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe, and we are ready for second half. Karen Hardesty back at the KLK studio patching us through. And is it our ball? I can't tell. Oh, we're waiting on the officials. Usually they're out here ready to go. So officials causing us a little bit of delay.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before.
So it looks like Lady Bulldogs will have the first possession of the second half. Veely to inbounds to Maddox. Held Maddox to only 4 in the first half. Veely only had 1, so it was Spencer that really got to us. Now Maddox with it. Guarded by Schultz. Now Sayla Ray comes in to help. Now Veely air ball. Cadence Ball picks it up, and she wants to go coast to coast. Goes to Schultz. Schultz puts it in. The shortest girl on the floor, playing like she's 6 foot tall, Scott.
Good start for the Lady Vikes.
It ain't about the height, it's about the heart. And she's definitely got it. So now Sayla's going to pick up a quick foul. That's going to be her second. And so Maddox will inbounds underneath her own basket. Gets it in. Sayla, she threw it right to Sayla. That's weird. Now Sayla's going all the way. She puts it up. No call there, but Robertson with the putback and good. We'll take that, Scott. I don't know how. That's got to either be a charge or a block, and they didn't call either. So
yeah, that was a strange sequence.
Maddox gets the Veely. Now Lady Vikes up by 9, 29-20. Now still by Schultz. Here comes the Lady Vikes. Lady Vikes come out with a little bit of gusto. Now Ball for a three. Cadence Ball knocks down her second three. Lady Vikes on a 7-0 run to start this second half.
That's what we wanted, Tony.
32-20. Wow, Scott.
That's awesome.
And we're just going to keep it here. It's just is it a full?
It is a full.
It is. Okay, let's take a 30-second break. You listen to Viking basketball on V93.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Then that's when we foul.
Right.
And so,
yeah, and that's, yeah, my biggest concern with her is not so much her scoring ability, which she obviously has,
yep,
but picking up that fourth foul on Robertson and or Kelly.
I agree. So now looks like Feely. No, it's going to be Maddox inbounding. Guarded by Schultz. Gets it to Veely. Ball went for the steal, missed it. Here comes Veely quickly down the floor. Almost out of control. Gets it to Maddox. And now Spencer in the lane. Kicks it out. That's Cope. Misses it. Now Maddox with an easy putback. I think if that wouldn't have been an air ball, I don't think they would have got that offensive rebound.
Yeah, I agree.
Now Schultz gets it to Robertson. She puts it on the floor, needs help, gets it to Sayla Ray. She's guarded by Veely. Now Kalissa Kelly back out the ball. Now here's Robertson. Gets it back to Kelly. 5:58 to play. And now Cadence Ball does a skip pass, but it hits one of the Indies. Now we're going to, oh, she made the basket, but they're going to call the foul on the floor. That was Veely picking up her second. So no Indy player with more than two. Veely and Maddox both have two. Now a three from Schultz. Oh, I thought it was going to be a foul. Woo!
That was close.
Yeah, I think Cope is like, what? Lady Vikes going to maintain possession. Yeah, now Kelly with it. Oh, she kicked it back out the ball. I think she could have turned around and shot that.
Yeah, she could have.
Now Schultz with it on the wing. Kicks it back out to Cadence Ball. Now Robertson puts on the floor. What a great move, but missed the shot. Now Brooklyn Maddox going the other way. Behind the back. Now she gets it to Veely. Veely gets,
no. I can't believe it. Neither can Coach Kroll. It looked to me like she was giving ground, Tony, doing what she is coached to do in that situation.
Yeah, that's 4 on Robertson.
I could see. Did you see what the referee says?
Yeah.
So, she slid over into the ball handler's path, and I sure didn't see it that way, Tony. That's a big call.
She was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, if anything, she was moving backwards, trying to avoid contact.
Yeah, now Robertson has to go to the bench. Stoneberger checks back in.
That's a shame.
Yeah, Veely misses the first free throw. Stoneberger checks in for Robertson. Now Veely's second free throw is good. So now we're at 32-23, 9-point advantage for the Lady Vikes. Stoneberger. Lady Vikes are going to have to keep running some clock and keep the ball without turning it over, and they did turn it over here. Now Maddox gets into the paint. Now Spencer. Wow, we got lucky there, Scott. There was some contact. Spencer into Kalissa Kelly, and no call. We got a break. Now ball all the way across Stoneberger. 4:52 to play, third quarter. Now Schultz, they're going to call for a travel. Now McLennan checks in. She had 7 points in the first half off the bench, which is huge.
Yeah.
And she checks in for Maddox. So 4:40 and counting. 9-point lead Lady Vikes, 32-23. And Cadence Ball went for the steal. Cope has it. Now McLennan She gets into the paint and kicks it back out to Veely. And now Veely nearly lost it. Now Spencer.
Did they just get that on Kelly?
Scores it.
There was no contact that I saw, Tony.
Sure enough, Calissa Kelly picks up her fourth. And just the thing we did want to
No,
happen.
I think it was on Sayla Ray, her third.
Oh, it was on Sayla
Yeah.
Ray. Okay. Okay, I was thinking. So three on Ray and 3 on Kelly. And Spencer gets the basket and the old-fashioned three-point as she makes the free throw. So now it's a 6-point game at 32-26. Now Sayla with it up top, nearing the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Cadence Ball guarded hard by Morris. Wow. Now all the way across Sayla, thought about the three. Kicks it all the way back up top. Now Ball. Look at that defense by Morris. Oh! What a play by Heidi Schultz.
She's playing like a 6-footer again, Tony.
Heidi Schultz gets it down low, puts it up, gets fouled, makes the basket. 8-point lead, 34-26, and Schultz going to go to the line. So Heidi Schultz with 2 big baskets here in the third quarter to get up to 7 points, and she can make it 8 if she knocks down this free throw. 3:51 to play in the third. Schultz at the line. Up and good. So Heidi Schultz playing big. Now Calissa Kelly nearly fell. I don't know if she got foot tangled with somebody. Now a long two, no good. Cadence Ball with a great rebound. Behind the back. Gets it to Schultz. Schultz needs help. Gets it back up top to Stoneberger. She nearly loses it. Stoneberger. Guarded by Cope. Now Sayla looking for help. She's going to launch a three, and it is no good. But Schultz with a great offensive rebound. Now Sayla kicks it back out. They got time. It hit the rim. Now Ball wants to launch a three. No good. Now Sayla with a great hustle. And they're going to say a foul on, is it on Cadence? Yeah, that's her second. So Cadence Ball with 2, Sayla Ray with 3, Calissa Kelly with 3, Robertson with 4.
And Indy will be shooting free throws the rest of the quarter, too.
Wow, 4-2 on the fouls. As Brooklyn Maddox brings it up the court. 35-26, 9-point advantage. Veely with it. And she is fouled by Sayla. That's going to be her fourth. Goodness. So they're going to have to go to Farrell Getman or Draper. Here comes Draper. So Sayla will be done for the rest of this quarter for sure. First free throw for Veely is no good.
She's missed quite a few tonight,
She
Tony.
is 3 for 7 or 2 for 7.
You know, this foul trouble is about the only thing that's gone wrong for the Lady Vikes tonight. So it's a tough break for the Lady Vikes.
Veely misses this one. Draper runs it down. So Veely only 2 for 8 from the line, Scott. Now Schultz playing very big. Now Calissa Kelly. They call it offensive foul?
They did. Could have gone. Probably the right call, but since the Lady Vikes have had some cheap ones called against them, it's disappointing, but probably the right call.
Calissa Kelly is still on the court with 4 fouls. 35-26. Now Veely gets it to Maddox. Now Cope for a 3, no good. Offensive rebound though. Maddox puts it up, no good. And now it's knocked out of bounds, going to the white. So that's Viking ball. Calissa is coming out now. Michaela Farrell Getman will check in. So Lady Vikes have 3 players with 4 fouls, Scott.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, not good. Now here comes Draper. She's fouled. No call. Cadence ball for three. No good. Uh-oh, here's Veely. Don't foul her. Don't foul her. Goes all the way. Misses it. And now Veely's got to be called for a foul. Yep, Veely gets called. That's her third. So Veely missed the layup, Scott, and then was so upset she came back and was fighting for the rebound and pushed. I think it was Schultz. So now Lady Vikes need to just get it up the court. Now Veely with the steal. Now Maddox missed the shot, knocked out of bounds. It's going to go to Lady. We got lucky there.
That's a couple of layups that Indy has missed.
So we got three bench players in the game right now for Lady Vikes. So Lady Vikes need to take care of the ball. And here's Cadence ball with it. And gets it back to Schultz. Just need to settle down a little bit here.
Yep.
Get to that fourth quarter and maintain this lead. Now, Veely bumps. Wow. She is playing aggressive with 3 fouls. And now Farrell Getman gets it to Draper. There's got to be a foul. Man, there's so much contact there. No call. Farrell Getman gets it to Schultz. Now to Stoneberger, 6. Nearly loses.
2 seconds.
Now clock violation. And they had the possession. Wow, Scott. I think that was going to be our ball.
They were, it was a
shot clock violation, but
they were so slow in getting the whistle. Did they ever blow the whistle? I don't think there wasn't a whistle until Indy threw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, it's okay. 9-point lead, 35-26. McLennan gets to Maddox. Now Spencer gets it to McLennan. Made shot. So McLennan's just been their spark plug off the bench. She now has 9. Now Stoneberger gets it ahead to Schultz. Now Ball with it. Morris is just playing such great defense. They're going to call a foul on Cope.
Thank goodness. Otherwise, that was going to be a turnover.
Yeah. We'll take that. That's her second. So 51 seconds left here in the third. Do you bring all 3 back to start the fourth, Scott?
That's a good question. I'll let Coach Kroll decide that. That's tough.
Yeah, here is Farrell Getman. Now Cadence Ball with it. She puts it on the floor. Spin move, gets to the paint. Now Draper. Lady Vikes unsure of who wants to shoot the ball here. Now Schultz going to launch a 3. No good. Rebound goes to Cadence Ball. Now it's out of bounds off of Indy. Lady Vikes could possibly hold for last shot here if they can take care of the ball. And Schultz to inbounds, gets it into Farrell Getman. Back to Schultz. Schultz gets it up to Draper. Now Stoneberger. Down to 18 seconds left in the quarter. Farrell Getman. Schultz. Oh, man, that's a foul.
That'll be free throws.
Free throws for Draper, I believe. That's first foul or second foul on Addison Morris. It shows third foul. I missed one. So Draper has not scored in the game. She's at the free throw line with 9.4 seconds left to go in the third. Missed the first one. Lady Vikes lead 35-28. 7-point advantage. And the free throw is up and no good. And I think it's knocked out of bounds by Indy. Sure enough. It might have been a foul. Stoneberger hitting Maddox to knock it out of bounds, but Lady Vikes get the ball back here underneath their own basket.
I'd love to see Ball hit a 3 at the buzzer here.
That'd be cool. And they get it. Draper all the way to Ball. Ball launches a 3. Oh, almost. And now a fight for the ball out of bounds, and it goes. The clock runs out. End of the quarter. 35-28. Lady Vikes lead by 7. So let's take a 1-minute break. Here goes the Viking basketball on V93.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Welcome back to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes and Scott Marlowe. It's senior night, and Lady Vikes going to the fourth quarter with a 7-point lead, and both of our seniors, Sayla Ray and Calissa Kelly, both with 4 fouls, and neither one of them scored a point in that third quarter, Scott.
Yeah.
So Indy will start with the ball. Maddox with it. And Spencer now with it. Gets it back to Maddox. Now Cope back to Veely. Veely gets it in the lane to Spencer, and she makes the basket. So we just got to keep Caitlin Spencer from making those easy baskets. We held her pretty in check in that third quarter. She just had the one basket. Now missed shot by Cadence Ball. And here comes the Lady Bulldogs. 5-point advantage, 35-30. Lady Vikes need to score at least 10 here to get a win. Now Veely in the paint, scores it. So now a 3-point game.
Close as it's been in forever.
Yep. Now Lady Vikes turn it over. So here comes the Lady Bulldogs. 7:16 to play in the ball game. Lady Bulldogs with 2 quick baskets to start this fourth quarter. And here comes Robertson. Robertson was on the bench to start this fourth quarter, but now coach brings in all 3 players that have 4 fouls. So Maddox, Cope, Veely. Back out to Maddox. Schultz nearly knocks it out of her hands. Now Morse for a 2, no good. Got to be a foul. It's on Maddox, that's her third. So now Calissa Kelly to inbounds. Maddox did a great job. She picked up her second, like in the first 2 minutes of that second quarter. Now Lady Vikes get it in the ball. Now Robertson gets in the paint and missed the layup. We needed that bad. That bucket would have been big. 35-32, Lady Vikes with a narrow 3-point lead now. Morse trying to get it down low to Spencer. I know exactly. They're trying to get it to Spencer to get Kelly or Robertson out of this game, Scott.
Yeah, this is
6:39 to play. Veely. Now Maddox launches a 3. No good.
I thought that was good, Tony, when it left her hand.
Wow. And it's knocked out of bounds. They say it's out of bounds off the Vikes, so. Now in the paint is Spencer. She gets an easy bucket.
Down to 1.
Down to a 1-point lead. Sayla Ray with it. Spin move. Gets it to Schultz. Now to Ball. All the way back up top to Robertson. She puts it on the floor. Kicks it out to Sayla Ray. She gets in the paint. Misses the layup. Or a little floater, I guess I should say. Now here comes Morse quickly the other way. Now Maddox gets the elbow. Now kicks it out to Cope. Missed shot. And knocked out of bounds off Veely.
Tony, this is the group, you know, that the Lady Vikes have on the floor that has essentially dominated the game when they've all been able to be out there.
Yep.
But because of the foul trouble, it hasn't happened very much, especially here in the second half.
Yep. Now Schultz with it. 5:52 and counting. Lady Vikes with a narrow 1-point lead. Cadence Ball gets it over to Sayla Ray. Now Robertson. Now Calissa Kelly down low. Turnaround, no good. I thought it was going to be good. And here comes Maddox. Maddox layup is good. That's the first lead for the Lady Bulldogs at 36-35. And 5:31 to play. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93. Welcome back to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe. And Scott, I mean, I could see it coming. I just didn't want to see it coming.
Right.
Lady Bulldogs now with a 36-35 lead. 5:31. I still think Lady Vikes can get it done. They just got to just continue to be aggressive and go to the basket. Lady Vikes knocked down 3 3-pointers in the first quarter. And I've had only 1 3 since. So Robertson gets it. She's going to try to take it coast to coast. She loses it. Now Maddox has it. Now Schultz hounding. Oh, no.
If that's on Robertson, she's done.
Called on Schultz.
Big break for the Lady Vikes.
That's just her first.
Lady Vikes just need to weather the storm here. It's just a 1-point game.
Yep.
So
36-35, Bulldogs by 1. 5:19 and counting. Maddox to bring it up the court. And she gets it to Cope for a long 2, no good. Offensive rebound, though. And now, I didn't hear a whistle.
I didn't hear a whistle. They're going to call a travel, but there was no whistle.
So I think they thought there was a whistle, and there was no whistle, and a travel is the call. Lady Vikes need to get it in. Get it into Schultz. 5 minutes to play. Stoneberger. Guarded by Cope. Now Ball all the way back up top to Robertson. Robertson puts it on the floor. Puts up a shot. No good. Here comes Maddox. 4:47 and counting. Maddox gets in the paint.
Oh, late whistle.
We call a foul on Stoneberger. That's just her first.
Lady Vikes struggling from the field here in the second half, Tony. Just 4 out of 17.
Spencer at the line for 2. First one is good. So Spencer now with 16 points to lead all scorers. She's had a good game. She had 8 in the first half. She already has 8 in the second half. She's got 1 more free throw coming here. Second free throw is no good. Robertson just got fouled. No call. And here comes Schultz.
Yep, double dribble.
And they're going to get a turnover. Lady Vikes turn it over. So Draper now going to check in for Schultz. Lady Vikes trail by just 2. So Brooklyn Maddox bringing it up the court, guarded by Draper. Gets in the paint, kicks it out to Veely. Back to Maddox. 4:25 and counting. Now Spencer, spin move, and it's good. Caitlin Spencer just been dominant.
Yep, she's definitely been the difference maker.
Got 18 points. Draper just changed her pivot foot.
Does this guy not have a whistle or what? He just called traveling, but he didn't blow his whistle that time either.
I don't know. So 39-35, Lady Vikes trail by 4. Now Spencer gets it back to Maddox. Put up is no good. Man, it looked like a foul there, no call. Now Sailor Ray gets it back to Schultz.
Need a basket on this trip.
Yep. In a big way. And Calissa Kelly gets it to Ray. Back up top to Robertson. She puts it on the floor. Wow, nearly too tall. And now a missed shot. And Veely with the rebound. And here comes the Lady Bulldogs. Under 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Schultz guarding Maddox. Now Veely with it. Back out to Cope. Now Veely. Lady Bulldogs wanting to run some clock. And a turnover. Schultz with it. Gets it ahead the ball. Cadence Ball. Throws it away. She should have just shot that, Scott.
That's 10 turnovers on the Lady Vikes here in the second half. So.
Yep, and that's been the difference. Lady Vikes have not scored in the fourth quarter. I thought if they could get the 45 points, they could win this game, and I still think that if they get the 45, they can. But you got to score. You got to score 5 baskets.
Yep.
So 3:07 to play. Veely gets it to Spencer. She scores it. That's 20. She's just having a phenomenal ball game. And now it's almost a huge lead at 6. Biggest lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Now Robertson gets it to Kelly. Back out to Schultz. Schultz back to Robertson. Now Ball for a 3. In and out, no good. And Spencer should have been a jump ball before the foul, but they called a foul on Heidi Schultz. I don't know if what the bigger surprise is, that we haven't scored a point or that we haven't had anyone foul out yet.
Right.
41-35, Lady Vikes trail by 6. Lady Vikes at one point led by 14 early in the second quarter. And now Veely with it on the wing, gets it to Spencer. That should have been it should have been a travel. I think it was a late call.
It was not a wasn't a double dribble. That's what they called, but I think you're right, Tony. I think they maybe missed the travel initially.
Now Robertson. Watch out, Robertson. She nearly traveled there. Now Calissa Kelly got positioned down low and got fouled by Cope. Just a little bump there.
Got to have the free throws.
6-point deficit with 2:10 to play. Every point is going to be big from here on out. And the Lady Vikes yet to score here in the fourth quarter. Need these free throws badly. First one is up and good. So Calissa Kelly now with 7 points here on her senior night. Second free throw off, no good. Lucky Robertson didn't pick up her 5th there. Now Maddox. Now Veely. Little floater and it goes. So Veely has not scored a lot, but that was a big bucket. Now Robertson quickly up the court to the ball. Robertson back to Schultz. Lady Vikes need to go quickly. Cadence for a 3, no good. Going to be a fight for the rebound. Jump ball, Lady Vikes going to maintain possession. 7-point deficit though, they're down by 7. That's the biggest deficit they've had.
Only 1 point, right, in this
just 1
quarter.
point here in the fourth quarter. And Lady Vikes scored 16, 9, and 10 in the quarters. If they just scored any of those numbers, they would have the lead here, but they do not. And now an air ball out of bounds to the Lady Bulldogs. So a minute and a half to play. Lady Bulldogs may have weathered the storm here. Lady Vikes going to have to foul to try to extend the game. Now Spencer gets it to Cope. Missed shot. Robertson. How about a foul before she traveled? So timeout Indy. 1:15 to play. 43-36. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Welcome back to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes and Scott Marlowe. And Scott, you just gotta just wish you could have 9 points.
Yeah.
Here in the fourth quarter. I mean,
even though the Lady Vikes haven't had anybody foul out yet, I still say that's the difference in the game is the 4 fouls pretty early in the second half on 3 starters.
Yeah, it hasn't allowed them to be aggressive at all on Spencer, and she's went for 20, and she's been definitely the difference maker. Now, Lady Bulldogs just run some clock, which is pretty smart.
Yep.
And now they're going to call a foul on Schultz.
And again, no whistle. His whistle was just, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know.
Maybe his whistle
if
broke.
His whistle broke at some point. I don't know.
So Maddox inbounds, reset the shot clock on the foul. So Michaela Farrah-Getman's got a foul, and she fouls Veely. Veely struggled from the line.
Yes,
she's only
she has.
2 for 8. She throws it really high arching, and usually when you do that, if it hits the rim, it's going to come off not good. So we'll see how she does this time on this trip. First one's no good. She's now 2 for 9. 55 seconds. The Lady Vikes are going to have to go quick when they get the ball. 43-36, Lady Vikes trail by 7. And the second free throw goes from Veely. Now 8-point lead. The Lady Vikes led 35-28 coming to this fourth quarter, led by 7. I felt pretty comfortable with that 7-point lead with all of our starters coming back onto the court.
Been a disastrous quarter for sure.
Yeah, probably the worst quarter for the Lady Vikes the entire year.
Yeah, it certainly could be.
I mean, only 1 point, no baskets.
A lot of turnovers. Yeah. It's tough way to end senior night.
Yep, and Brooklyn Maddox will go to the line to shoot 2. First one's no good. But we talked a little bit before the game talking about the sub-state standings, and Lady Vikes still have a chance to make the sub-state. 2 teams do not make the sub-state. There's 18 teams, so 16 teams make it. The Lady Vikes at Chanute next Thursday night could be that spot to go play the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's still a chance that the Lady Vikes could have an extra game to the season, but they will play at Coffeyville next Monday night. It's a makeup from Tuesday. And then at Chanute on Thursday. So Robertson gets in the paint, misses the shot. Spencer with the rebound. Now Maddox has it. 40 seconds. And Veely with it. And Sayla's going to foul out on senior night. So that will be the curtain call for Sayla Ray's career here at Parsons High School. She will have some road games left. So 33.7 left in the game. Stoneberger will check in. 45-36. Bealey at the line. First one is no good.
That was kind of ugly, Tony.
Yeah, she has struggled. She is 3 for 11 is what I have.
Good athlete, but struggles at the line.
Second one's pure.
Go figure.
How do you get one way off and then one perfect? And now a near steal by Maddox. As the Lady Bulldogs still playing extremely hard when they get almost just set back here with this 10-point lead.
Yeah, what is it, 18-1? They've outscored us this quarter, is that right? What was this?
28, so yeah, 18-1.
And
now here is Robertson, missed shot, and probably dribble it out, but Schultz is going to foul.
Yeah, no need to do foul at this point.
Schultz just so tough, and so she doesn't. I know she hates to lose. So Maddox will go to the line now. First one's good. So Maddox now in double digits with 10. 47-36, 11-point advantage. Now 12-point advantage as Maddox knocks down second free throw. Now down to 18 seconds left to go in the game. Schultz. Near steal by Veely.
Yeah, by my count, 28 free throws shot by Indy, only 12 for the Lady Vikes. That's been a big part of it.
Yep. And Indy hasn't really shot very well from the free throw line.
No, they haven't.
It's just the Lady Vikes just have neglected to score here in the fourth quarter. Now down to 4 seconds. Now Kelly will get a basket at the buzzer on senior night to get to 9 points, but it will be a little bit short as the Lady Vikes fall 48-38 here on senior night. Let's take a 1-minute break. You listen to Viking basketball on V93. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe. We're ready for the Bowen Pharmacy post-game report on the girls' side. And Scott, just, we were so worried about the fouls, I think, not fouling, that we forgot to play basketball.
Yeah, that could be.
in the fourth quarter. It's just tough to, when you're 2-15, you haven't had a whole lot of wins, so the things just didn't go right down the stretch for the Lady Vikes. And Lady Bulldogs only had 28 points at the end of the third quarter, Scott.
Yeah.
And then they scored 20 in the fourth.
Yeah.
And that was just a little too much. And Lady Vikes gonna come up short on the game.
Yeah, it was a tough way to end senior night. Not, for the first three quarters, the Lady Vikes were the better team, and then it just there was a lid on the basket in that fourth quarter. Lady Vikes finishes 13 out of 46 for 28.2% from the field. Indy didn't exactly light it up. 16 out of 47 for 34%, and just 14 out of 28 for Indy from the free throw line for 50%. But that
is just enough to get it done.
Yeah, Lady Vikes 8 out of 12 for 66.7%. So got there a lot more than the Lady Vikes did, but only outscored the Lady Vikes by 6 from the free throw line. But I think you're right, Tony. I think all that foul trouble just really kind of messed with the Lady Vikes mentally, and they lost some of their aggressiveness because they were, like I said, for the first 3 quarters, they were definitely the better team tonight.
And this Indy girls team, Scott, only loses one senior, Addison Morris.
Yeah. Yep.
So they're going to be tough. When you add Lemos back to this lineup next year, if she comes back out after the ACL surgery, this Indy team could be pretty special.
Yeah.
I'm going to run down the scores for the Lady Bulldogs. Brooklyn Maddox with 11, Sarah Veely with 8, Caitlin Spencer with 20, and Morgan McLennan with 9. For the Lady Vikes had more in the scores column than Indy. They have 8 from Heidi Schultz, 9 from Cadence Ball, 4 from Robertson, 8 from Ray, and 9 from Kelly.
Yep.
I mean, nobody in double digits, but 8, 9, 8, 9. I mean, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's just you can't give up 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, especially when you only score 3.
Yeah, and I do attribute it a lot to those fouls because, Spencer went off for 9 of her 20 in that fourth quarter, getting in the paint. They were just basically letting her do whatever she wanted. She was just going in, getting easy buckets. And when you give up easy buckets, that's also deflating to your mental. Because you're trying to maintain this lead, and then you give up easy buckets, and things just unravel, and that's what happened.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. You're right.
So it's a tough one, but I think we'll wrap up the Bowen Pharmacy post-game report on the girls' side, and as they are announcing the seniors here on senior night, all the girls and boys basketball players, and I think 1 cheerleader.
I think so, yeah.
I think we had 6 boys basketball seniors, 2 girl basketball seniors, and then 1 senior cheerleader. That was announced here in between the girls and boys game.
And it'll be nice, Tony. It's always nice when you just happen to have 5 seniors.
It's a five
senior night,
seniors,
so the Viking boys will be able to have their entire starting lineup being their the 5 seniors they have. So that's always good when it works out that way. But yeah, tough break for the Lady Vikes tonight. I feel like in a lot of ways they were the better team. Obviously they weren't the final 8 minutes, but yeah, that was a winnable game. So you hate to see that one slip away.
Yeah, and it's one of those that you hate it for the seniors being senior night to have a 14-point lead and then lose it all.
Yeah.
That's probably, if they would have been down the entire game and lost,
sure,
it might have been a little bit different. But for this team, as hard as they fight, they're gonna think about this one for
they will
until
they
Monday.
will.
I can guarantee you. So looks like they are. Tyler Thompson and Chris Ball sweeping up the floor from the shoes from the senior night participants. And then,
a little bit of the extended time here in between games. So we're about 7:50.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. Karen, if you can bring it back to us at 7:50, we'll get going with the Tank Connection pregame show for our boys contest. You're listening to Viking Basketball on B93. Thank you, Karen. We are live at Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium here at Parsons High School, getting ready for our boys contest. Vikings hosting the Independence Bulldogs. Vikes 11-6 on the year. Anthony Houck, longtime head coach for the Vikes. Indy, of course, led by Brad Smith, who he's been at Indy for several years now. Tony,
I want to say 5.
Yeah, but it was most people probably remember him from his
Lebec
long
County.
tenure down at Lebec County High School. But Tony, it was a heck of a game when these teams play down in Independence. I don't see any reason why it won't be more of the same tonight. But Lady Vikings unfortunately came up a little bit short on their senior night, and hopefully Viking boys can get the win. It's going to be Dante Sawyer, Demias Johnson, Connor Barkus, Joe Keel, Jason Smart, the 5 seniors for the Vikings, and obviously that will be the starting lineup as well for Parsons tonight, getting those 5 seniors out there. Tony, I'm looking at their pictures up there in the loft area, and that's a pretty darn good starting lineup. That could just been the starting lineup all year long.
Yep.
Very easily. You got basically a 3-guard offense there, and then you got Jason Smart and Demias, in the paint.
Yep.
So anyway, and I know you mentioned there's already a little jawing going on at halftime in the girls' game between the Lanning kid for Indy and I think Dante Sawyer for the Vikes, and I'll be interested to see. You never know how the officials will call it. Usually there's not a lot of talking that's allowed at the high school level, but man, there was sure plenty of it down at Independence.
Yeah, it was crazy, and most of it was Barkus and Keel with Lanning. Sawyer really wasn't involved a whole lot with that. I think it all stemmed from that, the early in the year, it used to be like a blue gold thing, but now it's a jamboree, and Independence hosted it, and it was Riverton, Indy, Coffeyville, and us, and it was just like 2 4-minute quarters, and Keel and Barkus in that 2 4-minute quarters picked up 4 fouls in a little scrimmage.
Yeah.
And it has carried over into the season, and I'm not going to say what some of the stuff that was said to me, what was said to our players, but man, it could be a strategy for an opponent to talk a lot, to try to get you to react, to get a technical, especially in a 1 or 2 point game, and it came down to free throws, and we knocked down free throws to kind of clinch that game. Actually, I think Lanning had a 3 at the very end of the game to tie it, if I remember right. I think we had a 3-point lead. Lanning missed a 3, and then I think Lanning and another player had to be escorted off the court.
Yeah, I know Lanning, one of the coaches, and I want to say his dad, who was a former head coach, both went over there to make sure that he stayed away from the
they just took
the
him to
Parsons
the locker
players.
room. They didn't even come across to shake hands at the end of the game.
It was potentially getting a little ugly, and hopefully nothing gets out of hand tonight. I was looking back at my scorebook, and Kellen Lanning from Indy led all scores with 28, but Demias Johnson had a big night, led the way for the Vikes with 20. He just took over in the paint down the stretch, and Dante Sawyer, because the Vikes trailed by 8 at halftime down in Indy. Dante didn't have a single basket in the first half down there. He had 3 points, all from the free throw line, and then he got it going in the second half.
I remember Colbert for them being hot early.
Yep, he had 3 threes.
Early on, he was hot, and then he kind of cooled off, which if he wouldn't have cooled off, I don't think we would have won that game.
Yeah, it would have been tough for sure.
But, we just definitely need to play solid defense and pound it in the paint.
Yeah.
I mean, get it to Largent and Demias down low and try to get some easy buckets and kick out to Sawyer for some threes and move on to next week, because we got two extremely tough games next week. This one is the easier of the three, and it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, and you're talking about a team that we beat by 3 points.
Exactly.
The first time we played. So.
Yeah. So it's going to be a battle.
PA man Greg Chalker getting ready to announce the starting lineup, so I will follow suit. Starting tonight for your hometown Vikings, 6' senior Jason Smart, 5'10" senior Dante Sawyer, 5'9" senior Connor Barkus, 6' senior Joe Keel, and 6'1" senior Demias Johnson. Starting tonight for the Independence Bulldogs, they will go with 5'11" sophomore Javen Colbert, 5'11" sophomore Heston Smith, 5'11" senior J.D. Veely. If you were listening to the girls' game, you heard that name a lot. Veely is a point guard for the Lady Bulldogs. Also, 6'2" junior Kellen Lanning in the starting lineup, as expected for Indy. He's a heck of an athlete, a heck of a basketball player. Just about hung 30 on the Vikings when they played for the first time. And then rounding out the starting lineup for Indy, looks like it's going to be 5'10" senior Jimmy Bunyard.
Yeah, they're I said it early in the year that we were a scrappy team.
Yeah.
And I feel like Independence is equally as scrappy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have some shorter guys, but man, they get after it. And it's going to be a fight, and it's going to take a lot of effort by these seniors to try to get this done here on senior night. But I think we can do it.
Yeah, and you think about the Vikings figuring out a way to get that win in that free throw bonanza against Pittsburgh the other night, and without Demias Johnson in the lineup, and so
74 free throws last
yeah,
Friday
that's
night.
just
44 from Pittsburgh and 30 from us.
Makes my head hurt.
It was a battle. I think tonight could be just as equal of a battle. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how these boys react to being their last, shouldn't be their last game here at Parsons High School. They should have
got one sub-state game.
Unless we lose all three,
right.
And that'd be the only possible way. And I just hope that does not happen.
Yeah, we are ready for basketball. Senior night here at Parsons High School. Vikings donning their home white with blue and gold trim. Indy will be in their traveling black with orange trim. Will be Keel and Lanning jumping center, and it is won by the Vikings if they can run it down, and they do. So Vikings have the first possession. Sawyer gets it into the front court. Picks up his dribble. Finds the big man underneath. He gets fouled hard, and Demias will go to the line to shoot two. Fouled by Veely. And Tony, that was one thing we noticed right away down in Indy. Who are the Bulldogs going to put on Johnson to slow him down? Because he's just so much bigger than anybody they have. As he knocks down free throw number one. 6'1" senior will have one more. That one's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Colbert of Independence. Just underway, 7:39 to go in quarter number one. Vikes leading it 1-0. Smith gets a screen out top. Wanted the step back three, but a good closeout by Dante Sawyer. Now he's going to launch a guarded three, off the mark, no good, but the long rebound to Colbert. His floater in the lane, no good. And rebounded by Keel of the Vikings. So those 5 Viking seniors into the front court. Three-pointer by Johnson. Got it. How about that? Demias Johnson, Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside. 4-0, Vikes by 4, 7 minutes to go in quarter number one. look for Lanning to get a touch here. He's being guarded by Keel. And there goes Lanning. Nice drive, dish off. But basically an air ball on the shot by Veely. Sawyer to Keel. He wants a three. And it is good.
Big basket there by Joe Keel.
Quick start for the Vikings. 7-0, 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Smith with a nice drive, and he's going to get it to go off the glass. Heston Smith gets Indy on the board, but they're slow getting back. Jason Smart up and under, scores with the left hand. So not very good transition defense there by Indy, and it's 9-2. Vikes by 7, 6:13 to go in quarter number one. Vikes in a man-to-man. Smith with it, guarded by Sawyer, goes behind the back. Colbert has it out top, guarded by Smart. Almost had his pocket pick, now Lanning has it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lanning looking to make a move here. Gets it to a teammate in the paint. Back to Lanning for a guarded three, it's good. Definitely the best athlete and best basketball player that Indy has.
Yeah, he's good.
9-5, Vikes by 4. Sawyer gets around his man into the paint. Tough shot, goes down. Dante Sawyer. 4 Vikings have already scored here in the first quarter. And they lead at 11-5, 5:18 to go.
Just need to get a basket by Barkus here.
Heston Smith hands off to Lanning. Lanning calls for a screen. A little bit of trouble, hands off to Smith. Smith in the paint, finds a teammate who kisses it off the glass. That was Veely putting it in. 11-7, Vikes by 4, 4:55 to go in the first quarter. Three-pointer by Barkus. That one's short, rebounded by Lanning. Lanning looking to push the pace. Oh, an offensive foul.
Lanning's yelling at the ref. Man.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I don't agree with the call. I didn't see an offensive foul from my angle. But again, how much do you let a guy talk?
Yeah, he's constantly talking.
So full court press now by Indy. See how the Vikes handle it. There's a foul. And they don't call it. Instead, they say Sawyer stepped out, which I'm sure he did because he got bumped. So maybe a kind of a makeup call there. Yeah. I don't know. So Parsons playing well, but Indy hanging tough. Parsons leading at 11-7, 4.5 to go in our first quarter. Colbert to Smith. Vikes still in a man-to-man. Colbert, nice penetration. They get swatted from behind. It was clean, and they're going to call a foul on Sawyer. Sawyer can't believe it. Coach Houck can't believe it. I can't believe it. Tony, you probably can't believe it.
It's the same ref from last Friday that called it. I mean, just like that.
He came down hard with his arm, but it was clearly all ball. So that's a tough break. Free throw is short by Colbert. Colbert with one more. The lefty is short on both. There come the Vikes leading 11-7, 4:15 to go in quarter number one. Quirin is checked in, and it's batted away. I thought it went off Quirin, but I didn't have a good look at it. I think the Vikings are going to get to keep it.
Yeah, I think they said
Coach Smith not happy.
I think it went off of Sprague.
Barkus heads to the bench, so now on the floor for the Vikes, it's Keel, Sawyer, Johnson, Quirin, and Largent. They get it to the big man, now out to Keel for a corner three, no good. Largent fighting hard, but he lost it out of bounds. It'll go over to the Bulldogs. 4:07 to go in our first quarter. Parsons on top, 11-7. Vikes jumped out quickly, 7-0, but they've cooled off a little bit here in the last couple of minutes. Colbert on the right wing, fakes a long three. He's being guarded by Quirin. Long three from the other side is an air ball. Heston Smith well short. Coach Smith telling his team, go ahead and apply full court pressure. Vikes get it into Keel. Over to Sawyer. And a near steal, knocked out of bounds by Cayman Sprague of Indy. Vikes get it in to Quirin. Now to Largent. Largent puts it on the floor, loses it, gets it back, gives it to Keel. 4-point lead for the Vikes. They try to lob it in, and they do to the big man. And he gets, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're going to call a foul. Who'd they get the foul
22.
on?
He reached in. Bunyard.
20.
No? They got it on Sprague.
Got it on Sprague.
That's the wrong call, but yeah, Sprague's frustrated because he's like, there's no way. That was on Bunyard.
First free throw, in and out, no good by Demias Johnson. Demias 1 out of 3 from the line here in the first quarter. He has 4 points, his 1 free throw, and he also had a 3-pointer from the top of the key. His second free throw on the way is good. So 5 points for Demias, and the Vikes lead 13-7, 3.5 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Smith hands off to Colbert. Colbert still with it out top. Over to Lanning. Guarded by Keel. And a foul on Keel.
Well, that's a touch foul.
So that's Keel's first and the team's second. Bunyard to throw it in right at the one of the Viking coaches. Gets it into Lanning. From about 15, no good. It rolls off, rebounded by Largent. Largent brings it into the front court. Nobody picks him up. He goes all the way, missed the layup. And now a foul, 75 feet from the basket. Going to be Quirin with his first. You know, you can tell that Largent's not a guard, but you give him credit. He saw the opening. Nobody stopped the ball. I think if he had been on the right side of the basket instead of the left, he would have been able to make that layup.
Yeah, he just put it up just a little too hard.
Yep. So Indy with the ball, but Vikings with a 5-point lead. Lanning, Mr. Everything has, and now it looked like a clean steal by Quirin, but he's going to get whistled for foul number 2, and he's probably headed to the bench. And it's the same official, Tony.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he likes to blow the whistle.
Tough break for Quirin. 2 quick fouls. Lanning gets it into Smith. Colbert for a 3. It's good. Tony, you mentioned he was on fire down in Indy in the first quarter. There he gets the 3 to go, and it's just a 2-point lead now for the Vikings. Barkas into the paint. Myers finds a man underneath. It's large, he missed the layup. At the other end, a quick 3 is going to be off the mark, but run down by Indy. 12-10, Vikes by 2, 2:12 to go in the first quarter. Coach Smith calls out the play. Lanning missed it, got it back, and he's fouled, and he'll have 2 free throws coming.
Offensive rebounds are killing us.
Oh, they got Sawyer? That was not, it was a foul, but it was not on Sawyer.
Sawyer's nowhere even around.
I don't understand. You know, he had the clean block earlier, and then he was free throw in and out and back in for Lanning. He now has 4 points, 12-11. Tony, this might be one of those games where I have to take my headset off and go for a stress walk.
Yeah, Sawyer was nowhere even around him. I don't understand that. How?
So second free throw good for Lanning. Now is 5 points. We're tied at 12. It's a 12-5 run here for Independence. Vikes need to get it. And we have a timeout on the floor called by Parsons. We're tied at 12. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on V93. Back at Parsons High School, unfortunately for the Vikings, Quirin and Sawyer with 2 fouls apiece. This play resumes. Vikes have the basketball tied at 12. Indy in a man-to-man. Barkas has it out at half court to Johnson at the elbow. 2 dribbles, hands off to Smart. Kicks it out to Largent. They go down to Demias. Demias got fouled, and they're going to call a traveling violation. Again, Demias can't believe it. I don't know, Tony. A lot of the calls not going the Vikings' way here the last few minutes.
No.
Tough shot in the paint, goes down for the lefty, Colbert, and just like that, Indy has their first lead of the night at 14-12. Vikes having a little bit of trouble in the backcourt. They get it ahead to Smart, to Johnson. Nice spin move, he powers up and scores. You don't want to get Demias mad. He's enough of a problem down there in the paint anyway for Indy. So we're tied at 14, just under a minute to go in the first quarter. Smith it over to Bunyard. Trying to get it to their Mr. Everything, and they do, but Lanning's three-pointer is off the mark. Nice rebound by Largent. Tied at 14. Neither team could get much separation down in Independence, and that may be the case here tonight. Demias to Keel. 22 seconds on the shot clock, about a 10-second differential with the game clock. Now Barkas on the right wing, gets a screen. Tried to get it back to Demias, and it's a steal. Here comes Independence with 18 seconds to go. Bunyard into the paint. Tough shot, off the glass, no good. I don't think that's what Coach Smith wanted at all. Here come the Vikings with 10 seconds. Smart puts it on the floor, into the paint. Goes up with the left hand, he scores off the glass. Nicely done by Smart, and a steal. And knocked out of bounds, though, by Keel with 0.6 seconds left. 16-14, Vikes by 2. See what Indy can do here with 0.6 seconds. They throw it deep, and they don't get the shot off. And we have reached the end of the first quarter with Parsons leading at 16-14. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
And we're back live at Parsons High School just in time for the start of quarter number 2. Independence has the basketball as play resumes. Parsons leading at 16-14, and then I think it's kicked out of bounds by Independence. Went right off the foot of Javen Colbert, the 5'11 sophomore. So the Vikes catch a break. Indy will go with the 2-2-1 three-quarter court press here. Gave the Vikings a few problems in the first quarter, but the Vikings break the press, and now they can set up their half-court offense. Barkas with it, guarded by Smith. I think Indy's been in a man-to-man the entire first half. Smart to Barkas for 3. Steps into it and knocks it down. All 5 seniors for the Vikings have scored here on senior night. Vikes up by 5, 19-14, 7:20 to go in the first half. Bunyard on the right wing, guarded by Largent. Takes one dribble, gives it off to Colbert. 3, no good. Rebounded by Largent. Gives it off to Keel. Johnson double teamed, gets it back out to Keel. He pulls up from 14 and rounding off, no good. Great offensive rebound and putback by Connor Barkus, and a timeout on the floor by Coach Smith. 21-14, Vikes by 7. 6:54 to go in the first half. Tony, the Vikes scored the first 7 of the ball game, and they've scored the first 5. More specifically, Connor Barkus has scored the first 5 in the second quarter.
That was a great offensive rebound. And so the first quarter, Scott, we were 6 for 10, 60%. They were 5 for 15, 33%. We had 3 turnovers. They didn't have any.
Yeah.
But then they turned the ball over the first possession down. So, I mean, that's big for us. They had 3 offensive rebounds, only 4 defensive rebounds in the first quarter. We had 8 defensive rebounds, 0 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
But that big offensive rebound, the first one of the game for us right there, was big and gave us a bucket to go up by 7.
You know, that early foul trouble for the Vikes, Quirin and Sawyer with 2 first quarter fouls. Sawyer and Quirin still both on the bench. And you know Coach Houck would love to at least get Sawyer to halftime with only 2 fouls.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll see how it plays out.
Well, he really doesn't have 2 fouls, but
yeah,
another
you're
turnover.
right. A steal by the Vikings. Johnson handling it like a guard, gives it off to Barkus, has his pocket picked by Lanning. Might as well let him go in, and he dunks it. Lanning showing off his leaping ability, and then a foul in the backcourt on Indy. Smith doesn't like the call, but he picks up the personal. So 21-16 off the slam dunk by the 6'2 junior Kellen Lanning. Vikes still enjoying a 5-point lead as they get the ball into Smart. 6:25 to go in the first half. Barkus with it, directing traffic. Picks up his dribble, now bounce pass to Keel. Challenges everybody, he scores off the glass. (23-16). Lanning saying that Keel pushed off. I tell you, every time something doesn't go his way, he's got to talk. I don't understand that. Nice drive by Lanning, goes right into the chest of Johnson and gets the basket. 23-18, Vikes by 5, and now Lanning, who's starting to kind of turn up the tempo a little bit here, gets the steal, but then a bad pass. It's picked off by the Vikings. So back-to-back turnovers, one by each team. 23-18, Vikes by 5, 5:35 to go in our first half. Barkus picks up his dribble, gets it over to Johnson. Demias tries to get it to Large, and it's tipped out by Bunyard of Independence. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Quirin into the lineup with those 2 fouls. Keel hits to the Viking bench. Smart will inbound from across the way. It's in the corner to Largent. Takes 1 dribble, right back out to Quirin. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hope the Vikes are aware of it. Quirin looking to make a move, has it stolen. Bunyard has it. Going up against the 6'4 Largent, and he lays it in with the left hand. It's his first basket. Now it's just a 3-point lead for the Vikes at 23-20, 5 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Corner 3 by Johnson, no good, and the rebound comes away to Indy. We know we can knock it down from out there. Quickly at the other end, a 3-pointer is perfect for who else? Kellen Lanning. He's now in double figures with 12. We are tied at 23 points apiece, 4:40 to go in the first half. You know, it's killing Sawyer on senior night to be saddled with those early fouls. He's just sitting on the bench right now. Demias at the top of the key, hands off to Quirin. Quirin to Large, and he goes up from about 10 and got it. Nice shot by Connor Largent. Vikes regain the lead, 25-23. They've got to really pay attention to Lanning. He's feeling it right now. And he's going to launch an NBA 3. That one's well off the mark. It was so far off the mark that Independence was able to get the rebound, and then a reach-in foul. Looked like all ball. They're going to get Barkus. I don't know, Tony. It seems like the Vikings have had several fouls called on them where there was no contact at all.
Yeah, that's tough.
I know some refs, when you reach around like that, they're going to blow the whistle every time, no matter what. Landing to throw it in. Smith, nice drive, left-hand layup, no good. Rebounded by Largent. Here come the Vikes with a 2-point lead. Quirin, bounce pass to Smart at the top of the key, over to Keel. Keel almost lost it, gets it back out to Largent. Almost took steps. Nice drive by Quirin, and his shot is no good, but I think he's going to get 2 free throws. Foul on Smith. That'll be his second personal. Quirin's first trip to the line, looking for his first point, and he got it. Vikes lead it 26-23 over Independence. Vikes led 16-14 at the end of the first quarter. Quirin's second free throw also good. 4-point lead for the Vikes, 27-23. Down to 3:39 to go. I have a feeling if the Vikings can kind of stay right where they are, Tony, we may not see Sawyer till the second half.
I agree.
Independence. And the from what I could see, the Independence player tripped over his own feet, but it's going to be a foul on the Vikings. Oh, and that got Quirin. I thought it was going to be on Largent.
What?
So that is the third foul on Quirin. So tough break for the Vikings. Great anticipation. Basically a steal by the Vikings and then a foul on Lanning. That is his second. So we'll see if Coach Smith leaves him on the floor with 3:20 to go. He's going to leave him on the floor for now. They may have switched to a zone, though, to try to prevent Lanning from getting that third foul. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Vikes with a 4-point lead, make it a 7-point lead as Joe Keel knocks down his second three of the first half. He has 8 points. 30-23 Vikes, 2:53 to go in the first half. Colbert guarded out top by Smart, making him go to the right because he's a lefty, but he splits the defense anyway and hits a reverse layup with the left hand. So that can't really argue with the strategy, but it didn't work at all as Colbert split the defense and got an easy one. 30-25, Vikes by 5, 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. 2-3 zone right now by Independence. Demias at the free throw line, out to Barkus. Keel wants another three. It's good. Joe Keel in double figures with 11 points on senior night. 33-25, Vikes by 8, 2:10 to go, and near steal by Smart. Vikes playing great defense out at half court. Lanning gets around everybody. Oh, missed the bunny. And it's rebounded by the Vikes. Barkus to Keel for another quick three. Good. No, I take it back. It looked good the whole way, but he was just short. And then a foul on Demias Johnson.
That might have been the best foul so far because Sprague was going to go in for a layup. I'll take that foul.
Yeah, I will too. Fouls are even this quarter, 3 apiece. 33-25, Vikes by 8. Independence with the basketball. Colbert out top has, boy, that's a shove off, no call. Smith looked like he got around Barkus, but didn't take advantage of it. Gives off to Lanning. To Bunyard. Now to Lanning. A reverse layup goes down, this time for Cayman Sprague. That's the second time Indy has done that here in the last minute or so. Back to a 6-point lead for the Vikes, and it went right through the hands of Demias Johnson. Silly turnover that time by the Vikings.
Four turnovers apiece in the quarter. 7 for the Vikings in the game.
So 1:20 to go in the first half. Independence down by 6. Vikings led by 2 at the end of the first quarter. Boy, tough shot from 14. No good by Smith. Rebounded by the Vikes. Keel has it. 1 minute to play in the first half. Vikes with the ball in a 6-point lead. Indy has gone back to a man-to-man. Demias hands off to Barkus. Keel has it, goes baseline. Back to Demias. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Coach Hauk calls out the play. Keel wants a screen. 5 seconds on the shot clock. The screen doesn't come. Floater no good. Looked like over the back. No call. Somehow Largent ended up with it. Missed it though. Got it back. And he scores off the glass. Great effort on the offensive glass by Connor Largent. 35-27 Vikes. I believe that's their biggest lead of the night at 35-27.
8-point lead, yep.
10 seconds to go for Indy. Smith with it to Colbert. 5 seconds. You know they want Colbert or Lanning to take it. Lanning with 2 seconds is just going to have to launch. And it's going to be well short. And halftime is here with the Vikings leading it 35-27. We will be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93. And we're back live at Parsons High School. Time now for the Eye Care Associate Halftime Show, brought to you by Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Tony, Vikes trailed down at Indy at halftime by 8. Tonight, they lead by 8. And, you know, I think Coach Hauk is probably feeling pretty good about the way his team played in the first half, especially, you know, their leading scorer, obviously Dante Sawyer, only 2 points in the first half, only had 3 in the first half down at Indy. Did he play at all in the second quarter?
No, not a single
So
second.
he had those two fouls in the first quarter. Coach Houck sat him the entire second quarter, and the Vikings were able to extend their lead from 2 to 8.
The crazy thing about it, that second foul was on Joe Kill, and Joe Kill has knocked down some huge threes.
Yes.
So it's almost like Sawyer's playing through Kill.
That's right.
Kill's knocking down shots that he normally doesn't knock down.
Yeah, he had 3 threes, and he leads. He's the leading scorer for the Vikes on senior night at halftime with 11 points. Very balanced scoring for the Vikes. After Keel, you have Demias Johnson with 7, Barkus with 5, Largent with 4, Smart with 4, and then 2 points apiece for Quirin and Sawyer, and they're the two guys that found themselves in that early foul trouble. Quirin, the only guy for either team with 3 fouls at the break. Leading the way for Indy, as you would probably expect, Kellen Lanning, their 6'2 junior, has 12 points. Colbert with 7. 2 points for Smith, 2 points for Veely, and also 2 points for Bunyard and Sprague. So just like we saw down in Indy, Tony, it's Lanning and Colbert, obviously the guys that are going to put points on the board. They have 19 of the 27. I want to say they had 43 of the team's 57 down in Indy, and if you can just, honestly, Lanning and Colbert combined for 19. If you can hold those two guys to another 19, you have to like the Vikings' chances.
Yeah, I think the Vikings have played a smart half, really.
Yeah.
And they just got to continue. Not a whole lot of free throws, Scott. You got Indy 2 out of 4, and that was all in the first quarter. Vikings 2 out of 4 in the first quarter, and then 2 for 2 in the second for 4 for 6. So rebounds, Vikings out rebounded 16-9. Didn't have any offensive rebounds in the first quarter, but picked up 3 in the second. But the only thing negative for the Vikings is 7 total turnovers, but they're shooting 62%. Indy's shooting 42%. So, things are looking up. And I noticed at the halftime buzzer, Coach Smith and Lanning were having words going to the locker room, and
I noticed that.
And Brad Smith doesn't like players to talk like that to him. I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of players that can speak to him like that and continue to play in the game. I'll be interested to see how Coach Smith handles it.
Yeah, I'm just guessing, but I don't think he was pleased with that final shot.
No.
Because Lanning just basically settled for about a 28-footer, and he's a good enough of an athlete.
I think
he can beat about anybody.
I think he wanted him to drive and either get fouled or make a layup.
That's what I think too, because he's a good enough athlete that he can beat his defender off the dribble. But he's got unlimited range too with his jump shot. But man, if we talk about it all the time. So, 3-pointers obviously worth 3 points, but I mean, when you can get to the basket, get to the basket.
Yeah, and we've seen him twice get into the chest of Demias. And make shots. So, he's got the ability to do that. And the athlete that he is, I mean, he's got to try to, get to the basket there at the end of the game. I'm not sure what's going on over there. They keep throwing balls.
Yeah, I don't think they did that on purpose.
I have no idea what's going on.
But I wouldn't be surprised, Tony, if at least in one of these quarters, third quarter or fourth quarter, we don't kind of end up having a shootout between Sawyer and Lanning. I think they could just come out and launching threes and making more than they miss.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's a good first half for the Vikings, very balanced scoring, and they are rewarded with that 8-point lead, 35-27 over the Independence Bulldogs. Again, Vikings 11-6 on the year, looking for win number 12. Let's step away for another 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with the second half. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93. And welcome back, everybody. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you here at Parsons High School, Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium. Nearing the end of halftime with the Vikings leading this one 35-27. So 8-point lead for the Vikes. They try to get that 12th win of the year and maybe just getting very, very close to securing a home game for the first round of Sub-State. I heard Coach Houck told the scores table he'll be starting his 5 seniors in the second half, and man, they got off to a great start. Jumped out 7-0 on Indy. Indy came back, and the Vikings had a good start to the second quarter. And that 35-27 lead, I believe, is the biggest lead of the night. No, I know nobody's had a double-digit lead. Vikings led for virtually the entire first half. Both teams back out on the floor now. Looks like the starting 5 out there for Indy as well. Vikings will get the first possession. They score, they'll have their first double-digit lead of the night. Here we go. Keel into Smart. Smart, boy, has it tipped away. It's a steal. Quickly at the other end, reverse layup, missed. Somehow Lanning got it, and he's fouled on the floor. I think they may have gotten Barkus. So Barkus picks up his second. 35. Vikes weren't ready, but the shot is missed anyway. The Vikes catch a break, and now quickly at the other end, look out, a foul on Bunyard, I believe. So he picks up his first and the team's first here in the third quarter. So a little bit of sloppy play here in just the opening 20 seconds by both teams. Boy, quickly off the bench, Sprague in for Bunyard. So Demise Johnson to throw it in. Vikes have a 35-27 lead. Early third quarter, cut to the basket by Sawyer. A reverse layup goes down. He was basically had his back to the basket when he shot that layup, and the Vikings have their first double-digit lead of the night at 37-27. 7:25 to go in our third quarter. Lanning hands off, and now from 8, no good. Offensive rebound, though. They get it out to Lanning. And as you'd expect, he's getting tons of attention from the defense. Now Colbert with it. Tough shot, no good. Another offensive rebound by Indy. Tough shot, no good. A third offensive rebound. This is unbelievable. Now Lanning for 3, spins out, and a fourth offensive rebound. That's got to be driving Coach Houck crazy. Independent's not a big team. I mean, Parsons isn't that big either, but you have to box out.
Indy's 0 for 6 in the first minute, but they've had 5 offensive rebounds in the first minute.
Yeah, Vikings have got to get a body on somebody. Keep Indy off the offensive glass. Colbert with it out top, guarded by Smart. Now to Lanning. Lanning gets a screen. Shoves off. They don't call it, but it's a steal by Demise Johnson. Demise strips Lanning. Vikings with the ball, a 10-point lead from the free throw line. No good by Keel. Smart with the offensive rebound. Sawyer's going to launch a 3. It's no good. And then, wow, no foul there, even though Demise Johnson got elbowed in the face. And then a layup at the other end goes down for Bunyard. 8-point lead for the Vikes. They break the press. Smart to Johnson. Splits a couple of defenders and scores. Demise did not score in the second quarter, but he now has 9 points for the game. Vikes go back up by 10, 39-29, 6 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Lanning hands off to Smith. Smith goes to the right side. I thought it was going to be possibly an offensive foul. Instead, my goodness, Sawyer. Coach Houck can't believe it. Frustrating senior night for Dante Sawyer. He has 4 points, 3 fouls. Been out on the court for only about half the game. Lanning Out top to Smith. Oh, and then that,
how
can they not call that push off? It's just unbelievable. Colbert pulls up from the free throw line and banks it in. He has 9 points. 8-point lead for the Vikes at 39-31. 5.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. The Vikes break the press and layup goes down for Demias Johnson. Largent with the assist. Johnson, the second Viking rather, in double figures now with 11 points, along with Joe Keel's 11. 10-point lead for the Vikes, 5:12 to go. Nice drive by Lanning. He's fouled and he scores off the glass. Lanning leads all scores with 14. We get Keel with his second. 41-33, Vikes by 8. .62 junior puts it up, and it's good. 41-34, Vikes by 7. Full court press once again by Indy. Vikes get it into the front court, but Smart double teamed. He needs help, and the ball is loose, and Indy has it. Bunyard up ahead. Another foul. Layup goes down. Kellen Lanning again. He has 5 points in this quarter, 17, and quickly off the bench, Dante Sawyer. So Dante will have to be very careful with those 3 fouls. Lanning trying to get Indy to within 4. For a good chunk of this quarter, Vikes had a double-digit lead. Looks like possibly back-to-back old-fashioned three-point plays by Lanning. Nope, couldn't get the free throw to go. Nice rebound by Demias. So 5-point lead for the Vikes, 41-36. 4:45 to go. Nice seal off, nice entry pass. Smart to Largent, easy layup for Largent. The 6'4 junior now has 6 points. 43-36, Vikes by 7. Bunyard thought about the 3. Now he drives. Blocked by Largent. And it will stay with Indy. 4:26 to go in the third quarter. Vikes lead by 7.
That was more of a foul than any of those blocks that we've had in the last 2 weeks.
Dangerous inbound pass, but Indy keeps it. Lanning with Keel in his pocket. Gets around him. Tough shot in the paint. Goes down. And he is fouled again. Keel says, man, he elbowed me in the face. And Keel's over there having words with some of the guys deep on the Indy bench. Yes, fouls are 6-1 is what Coach Hauk is saying. Second free throw, good. Or rather, first free throw, I should say. 43-39, 4-point lead for the Vikes. 4:10 to go in the quarter. Vikes break the press. Oh, nice move by Demias. Got his man in the air.
Yeah, they can do that all night because Lanning is afraid to foul.
Yes, he is.
Because he's got 2.
6 of the Vikings' 10 points this quarter by Demias Johnson. 13 points to lead the way for Parsons. 45-39, Vikes by 6. 4 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Smith to Colbert. Tough shot is going to be short and rebounded by Smart. And Vikings have this lead with their leading scorer, leading scorer on the season, Dante Sawyer, hampered all night with foul issues. Sawyer gets away from his defender, does not knock down the 3, but he was fouled. He's going to get 3 free throws.
That's usually money.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing that Coach Hauk was talking about in that post-game show the other night. He can score in a myriad of ways. He can knock down the deep ball. He can penetrate. He has great body control, and he's also a great free throw shooter. And we jinxed him as he's well short on the first one. He'll get these next 2. Again, just 4 points tonight for Sawyer because he just hasn't been on the floor that much. The Vikings still have a 6-point lead over Indy with 3:36 to go in the third quarter. Sawyer's second free throw is good.
Lanning's just always talking to anybody that'll listen. He's talking to Largent right now. he is a talker.
Sawyer's third free throw, good. So he has 6 points, and it's a 7-point lead for the Vikes. 40. Is that right? Now they get. I thought that was right. They finally got the point on the board. 47-39 is the score. Vikes on top. Near steal by Quirin out there on Lanning. Now Smith working on. Sawyer's got to be careful with those 3 fouls. Smart on Colbert. And a steal. Quirin got it away from Lanning. Up ahead for the layup. It's good. Jagger Quirin with a great defensive play. Vikes back up by 10. Big play by the junior. Smith to Colbert. Oh, nice move by Colbert, but it's poked away. The Vikes have it. Smart. Oh, no look pass. Largent gets his man in the air. He's fouled and he scores! We may have a timeout coming by Coach Smith as the Vikes have their biggest lead of the night. 51-39, 2:34 to go in quarter number 3. Largent's first trip to the line. He's looking for his 9th point. Barkas checks in for Sawyer. And there's that timeout by Coach Smith. 2:34 to go in the third quarter. Vikes enjoying a 51-39 lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
And we are back live. Parsons High School senior night. Vikings enjoying a 12-point lead over Independence right now, 51-39. Independence will have the ball coming out of this timeout. Or rather, Largent still has his free throw to shoot. My mistake. So 51-39, 2:34 to go in the third quarter. 1 free throw coming for 6'4" junior Connor Largent. Trying to extend the Viking lead. Largent's free throw off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Lanning. So Independence will have to solve this Viking defense here. Down by 12. Bad pass. It actually hit the back of the head, I believe, of Quirin. Wow. And it goes out of bounds and stays with Indy. So the Bulldogs catch a break there. Lanning gets it into Bunyard. Out top to Colbert. Lanning trying to make something happen. Boy, they're going to call a foul. If it's on Quirin, it's number 4.
It's going to be free throws.
Yeah, and definitely 2 free throws, which is pretty much guaranteed 2 points when you put Lanning up there. Man, what a tough night for Jagger. He's played well while he's been on the floor. He just hasn't got many minutes. Coach out, having a word with the official.
Lanning's sitting here talking to Barkas. Barkas laughing. He's sitting there shooting free throws and talking.
Lanning's first free throw is good.
That's hilarious.
He has 9 of his team's 13 points in this quarter. 51-40, Vikes by 11. Second free throw is also good. 10-point lead for the Vikes. One good thing with this lead, it gives Coach Houck the opportunity to keep Sawyer on the bench with those foul issues. And now a bad pass. It's a steal by Sprague. challenges his man, and it's going to be an offensive foul. I know Coach Smith doesn't like that call. Probably was not the right call. Vikings have had some that didn't go their way. That one probably did.
He dipped his shoulder, though, Scott.
Yeah, he did. He did lower that shoulder a little bit.
When you dip it instead of just staying tall, I think they're going to call that every time.
So that is his second and the fourth foul of the quarter on Indy. Vikes with the ball, 10-point lead, working against this full court press. Sawyer to Demias. They get it to Barkus. Now back to Demias. Sawyer gets some instructions from Coach Houck. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Sawyer gets around a couple of guys and can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound by Demias, and then he's fouled from behind and will go to the line to shoot two. Foul on Heston Smith. By my count, he is the first Bulldog with 3 fouls. Minute 31 to go here in the third quarter. Vikes leading at 51-41. Demias Johnson with 2 free throws coming. Free throw goes down for Demias. He has 14 points to lead the way for the Vikings tonight. Second free throw, he got them both. 53-41, Vikes by 12, minute 28 to go in the third quarter. Colbert into the front court. They're trying to get it to Lanning. Nice drive, may have been partially blocked. Somehow he got it back and he'll score easily. He's the one guy that the Vikings have to figure out how to stop. He is a handful. 53-43, Vikes by 10. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Oh, they find Largent underneath, and he scores off the glass. Independence taking a lot of chances on defense, and the Vikings were able to burn them on that possession. 12-point lead for the Vikes, 50 seconds to go in the third quarter, and then a silly turnover. Cayman Sprague lost his dribble on the baseline, and it goes over to the Vikes.
Indy had 0 turnovers in the first quarter. They had 4 in the second, 4 in the third.
Yeah. I like that.
We've went 3-4-2. We still have more turnovers. We have 9 to 8.
Vikings basically threw it away. They were lucky. They're going to keep possession. Indy knocked it out of bounds. Indy had a chance just to get the clean steal. About a 12-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock as Sawyer gets the ball into the front court. Little floater in the lane, it crawls over the rim, and we have a timeout on the floor. Dante Sawyer
biggest lead
now with 8 points, and the Vikes do enjoy their biggest lead at 57-43 with only 34 seconds to go in the quarter. Now, you know, I wonder with a 14-point lead and 34 seconds to go in the third quarter, you know, what Coach Houck is thinking with that timeout. I don't know if he's trying to get Sawyer off the floor.
Probably.
So he doesn't pick up the 4th foul, possibly.
Yep.
You never know.
I would, if I was him, I would do that. You know, if you've got a timeout to give, you definitely do not want Sawyer to pick up that 4th in the last 34 seconds of this quarter. You know, I mean, you already got Quirin with 4.
Yep. So Quirin with the 4 and Sawyer with the 3 will both be on the bench for the final 34 seconds of this quarter. So it's Smart, Johnson, Keel, Largent, and Barkus on the floor for the Vikings. Parsons leading Indy 57-43. Indy gets it in the front court with 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Indy will probably hold for 1 shot, and then they will also get the first possession of the fourth quarter. Bunyard, well, he goes ahead and goes baseline, hits a reverse layup, and gets fouled. I think they say Largent on the foul.
Said Largent hit him in the head.
They haven't put it on the scoreboard yet, but I believe that's just Largent's first. So Indy did not hold for the last shot as I anticipated.
Yeah, put Sawyer back in now, didn't he? Yep.
Free throw no good. Loose ball, Vikes have it. 12 seconds to go, careful. Bodies collide, ball tipped out of bounds, no whistle other than.
Still plenty of time. 9.6.
So the Vikes keep possession, they'll be inbounding from the baseline. Just under 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Keel having a little trouble. Sawyer wide open. They get it to him. He's going to back out with 5 seconds. You know Sawyer wants to launch.
He's going to shoot a deep one.
Yep, deep three. Oh, in and out. No good. That would have given the Vikings a 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter. As it is, Vikes lead 57-45. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on B93.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
And here we go, everybody. Time for quarter number 4. Independence has the first possession, but it's the Vikes leading 57-45. Lanning finds a man underneath. His shot is no good. Off the glass. It was Vila who couldn't get it to go down, and here come the Vikings. Sawyer with a quick move. Oh, great look to Largent. He's going to have an easy one off the glass. Largent with 12 points tonight, and it's a 59-45 lead for the Vikes. Lanning went off for 12 points in the third quarter alone, and yet the Vikings were able to extend their lead. Lanning leads all scorers with 24. Independence, they know they need some baskets here. Tough shot, may have been blocked by 2 Vikings. Somehow Indy got it back. Smith for 3, rounded off, no good. Largent with the rebound. Vikings in control right now, possession and a 14-point lead, 7 minutes to go in our ball game. Dante Sawyer out there, he has 8 points. Gives it off to Keel. To DeMias, now to Sawyer for a deep 3. It's a little bit short and rebounded by Independence. Coach Smith wanting his team to go quickly here. He knows they have some work to do. From about 14, the basket goes down. Jump shot for Colbert, he's in double figures with 11. 59-47, Vikes by 12. Largent back out to Sawyer. Finds DeMias. He got fouled, no call. Got fouled twice. That time it goes down, and he's fouled by Lanning. Lanning with his third personal. DeMias with 17 points. He had a big night against Indy back in January. Trying to give the Vikings a 15-point lead. DeMias saying he wants a breather, but he's going to have to make this free throw first. Off the mark, no good, and Independence has the rebound. Colbert wants to take it himself all the way. His runner goes. Other than Lanning, Colbert really the only other big scorer for Indy. Ball tipped away, Vikes get it back. Parsons leading by 12, 6 minutes to go in the game. Joe Keel gets around Lanning and then tied up. Jump ball, it'll stay with the Vikes. DeMias heads to the bench, replaced by Smart. Down to 5:54 to go in our game. Vikes have the ball in a 12-point lead. Kiel limping noticeably. They get it into Kiel. Back to Sawyer. Fakes the three. Wow, he gets fouled on his way to the basket. If that's on Lanning, that's number 4.
It's got to be on Lanning.
Yeah, it has to be. Sure enough. He leads all scorers with 24. Will Coach Smith leave him out there? He may not have a choice with his team down 12.
He's still talking.
Sawyer's free throw good.
He'll talk to anybody that'll talk to him.
Because of the foul trouble for Sawyer, his numbers will not be as impressive tonight, but he has played well when he's had the opportunity. Trying to get into double digits right here. He got it. 10 points for Sawyer and a 14-point lead for the Vikes at 63-49. A lot of points for the Vikings tonight. Nice drive, but the shot no good, and the Vikings have the loose ball. Barkas with it. Up ahead to Sawyer. He's going to go ahead and launch the three. It's good. Dante Sawyer gives the Vikings a 17-point lead at 66-49, and a timeout called by Coach Smith.
Wow.
17-point lead for the Vikes. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on B93.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Parsons Vikings playing very well on senior night. They've had to work around a little bit of foul trouble, most notably Dante Sawyer and Jagger Quirin, but yet they have built a 17-point lead as play resumes here at Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium. Independence with the basketball. Lanning, nice drive, gets cut off, then fouled on the way up. Coach Alex says, man, the defender was straight up.
That was a foul.
I thought so too. Kiel still limping. But you know, before the foul, Lanning kind of put his shoulder into Kiel's chest, and that would have been his 5th foul if they had called an offensive foul, as Lanning, no surprise, knocks down the first free throw. He leads all scores with 25. He scored 28 on the Vikings down in Independence. Second free throw is good. Still a 15-point lead for the Vikes, 66-51. Vikes break the press. Sawyer lost his dribble, got it back. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, Bunyard's in his face. He can't do that. Now Sawyer's all over him.
Apparently he can. Wow, so 2 free throws coming for Sawyer. You know, Tony, he hasn't been on the floor much because of the foul issues, and yet still here he is with 13 points and 2 free throws coming. It's just incredible. First one goes down. Missed his first free throw tonight, but he's been good on the last 5. Kiel will limp to the bench, replaced, I think, by Smart. Second free throw goes down. Back to a 17-point lead for the Vikes, 68-51. 5 minutes to go in our game. Smith hands off to Colbert. He's going to launch the 3. It's an air ball. Oh, I can't believe they're going to give it to Indy. The official didn't know what to do. Great position by Demise Johnson, and it was clearly knocked out of his hands by Indy. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Lanning with Smart in his face. Step back three, no good. And a rebound by Sawyer. And that will be the 4th team foul on Indy. They got Veely.
That's the right call. He might have got fouled by both of them.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who the foul was on, but there's no doubt it was a foul. So Indy's in a lot of trouble here, down 17 with 4:42, and they have no choice but to try to press.
And the Vikings got free throws the rest of the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So
just got to get it into Sawyer.
Now Indy will back off. Dante will walk the ball into the front court. Goes baseline. And got it to go, and we have an injury to an Independence player as Dante Sawyer, the senior, having a great second half.
I think he got bumped in the special place.
Yeah. So Bunyard will have to head to the bench as the Vikings have built what may be an insurmountable 19-point lead. You never want to count Indy out when they have Kellen Lanning. And don't forget about Javen Colbert, the 5'11 sophomore. But you have to feel very good about where the Vikings are. 70-51, 19-point lead, 4:29. And I guess there was a timeout called as well. So we'll step away for a 30-second break. This is Viking basketball on B93. Back live at Parsons High School. Tony, Vikes had 35 at halftime, and I thought, man, if we can match that and score 70 tonight, we'll probably get out of here with the win. And here they've already hit 70 with 4:29 to go in the game.
What I've been impressed with, Scott, the Vikings are 60% in the first quarter, bumped up to 62, now 65, and they're 4 for 5 here in the fourth.
Yeah,
so
that's incredible.
They're shooting the ball well.
Independence with the ball. They face an uphill battle. Here's a step back three. It's short, but a rebound by Colbert. He's double teamed. Gives it to Veely. Now to Lanning. Smith open for three. Nope.
What a rebound by Keel.
Shots just not falling, and now a near steal, but the Vikes somehow get it back. Layup by Smart, no good. Largent trying to keep it alive, but it's run down by Indy. Sprague had it. Looked like the Vikes were going to have a 21-point lead. Quick three at the other end goes down. Do I even need to say who? Kellen Lanning knocks it down for Indy. So 70-54. So what could have been a 21-point lead for the Vikes, down to 16 now. But, oh, great find. Largent goes up. Had it stripped away, though. It's a steal. Now a 2-on-1 fast break. And left-handed layup goes down for Colbert. So 5 quick points for Indy. They haven't given up. 70-56.
Free throws for Sawyer.
Yep. I thought Sawyer could have been called for pushing off, and I think that's what Coach Houck may have been telling him, hey, be careful. It's okay to try to draw contact, but that'll be the 4th personal on Smith. Connor Barkas preparing to check in for the Vikes. Dante Sawyer with 2 free throws. First one on the way, spins out. But 17 points for Sawyer. I believe he had 18 the first time these teams played last month. 5'10" senior. Second free throw, good. 15-point lead for the Vikes, 71-56, 3:15 to go in our ball game. Colbert hands off to Lanning, fakes the three. Nice drive, stripped out of bounds, went off the Vikings. Indy will keep it. Smart off the Viking bench, and he will replace Keel. 3:10 to go in the game. Vikes with a 15-point lead, 71-56. Independence to inbound, and they get it into Smith. Of course, they knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. I think about 90% of the offense that Indy runs is they try to run it through Lanning, and you can't blame him.
Wow.
Wow, he's going to get a deep three off. It's good. Lanning now has 32 points to lead all scorers. 71-59, Vikes by 12. 2:50 to go in the game. Vikes can definitely afford to run some clock with this 12-point lead. Largent to Barkus. Still 15 seconds on the shot clock. They hand off to Sawyer. Really tight man-to-man defense being played. Sawyer, jump stop, tough shot, no good. But there's the offensive rebound, no good. Second try for Johnson, no good, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Demias Johnson working hard on the offensive glass. Like I said, Tony, you can never really count Indy out when they have a shooter like Kellen Lanning.
Yeah, he's knocked down a couple of big threes.
You know, and he has 60 points against the Vikings this season. Free throw no good by Demias. He has 17 points on the night. 71-59 is your score. Vikes by 12, 2:26 to go in our ball game. Johnson's second free throw is good. Independence into the front court. Smith with it. Hands off to Lanning. He drives.
And that's got to be something.
Traveling violation. Great defense by Demias Johnson. It had to be a traveling violation or a held ball.
We'll take that.
Possession arrow does favor Independence.
Yeah. They just need to keep the ball in the hands of Sawyer.
Yes.
Because they're going to have to foul. They can't afford to let us run 30 seconds off the clock.
Vikes do get it into Sawyer. Quickly up ahead to Quirin. He's in a little bit of trouble in front of the Viking bench, and we've got a timeout called by Coach Hauk. 72-59, Vikes by 13, 2:06 to go in the game. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Scoring has definitely picked up. It would not that there wasn't scoring in the first half, but the Vikings put up 37 points here in the second half. 32 points for Indy. Quirin to throw it in and gets it into Sawyer. Independence, looks like they've actually backed off on defense, Tony, just a little bit.
That's surprising.
Keel with 10 seconds on the shot clock, back out top to Sawyer.
I would drive to the free throw line and take a shot.
Oh, instead it's an NBA three, and it spins off, no good. Offensive rebound by Largent. He has been absolutely huge tonight for the Vikings as he puts it in. 14-point night for Connor Largent. 15-point lead for the Vikes with a minute and a half to go. Take a miracle here for Indy. A blocked shot by Quirin. Somehow Lanning ended up with it wide open for a three, and you know that's going to be money.
Wow.
35 points tonight for Lanning. Quickly at the other end, left-handed layup goes down for Dante Sawyer. Lanning has just been remarkable here in the second half, but it looks like it's going to be too little too late for Indy. 76-62. Lanning with Keel on him. Got fouled, and they didn't call it. I thought he got fouled on the shot.
He did get fouled.
And now the clock isn't running. Was there another timeout called?
I don't know.
I never heard a whistle. So it is a timeout. So 50 seconds to go in the game. Vikes lead at 76-62. And it was a full timeout, so we'll go and step away for a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Well, here we go. Vikings inbound from the baseline, facing full court press. They get it into Sawyer. Vikes in control, 14-point lead, just 45 seconds to go in our game. Coach Houck says, hey, just hold the ball. Can't imagine Indy will commit any fouls at this point in the game. Keel has it poked away from behind. It'll stay with the Vikes.
Right now, Scott, I've never seen this. It's probably going to be the final stats unofficially. 11 defensive rebounds for Indy, 12 offensive. They've got more offensive than defensive rebounds.
That's incredible. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Ball tipped away. Vikes run it down. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Smart lost it. It's going to be a shot clock violation, but no biggie. Just 16 seconds to go. Vikes just shot the ball too well tonight. Too much offense.
They're going to get all the seniors off the court.
Yep. So, standing ovation for the 5 seniors here on senior night. Connor Barkus, Jason Smart, Dante Sawyer, Joe Keel, and Demias Johnson. What a great moment for those young men. So the Vikings will put in Hunsley, Quirin. Oh, I think 2 Hunsleys out there, along with Houck and Largent. So here comes Indy. They put in a few subs as well for the final 16 seconds. Three-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound again.
Another
floater.
offensive rebound.
Shot goes down for Small. 2 seconds to go. Vikings won't even have to inbound it. This game is over. The Vikings get the win on senior night. Final score, 76-64. So we'll take a 3-minute break. Be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. You're listening to Viking basketball on V93. Back live at Parsons High School. Time for the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. Great night for the Vikings and their fans on senior night here at PHS. Seniors all played well tonight. Vikings, I guess you could say, explode for 76 points, Tony.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points for this team to put on the board. They get the win 76-64 over Indy. And, you know, hats off to Kellen Lanning, led all scorers with 35 points tonight. Wow. But, Tony, we all know it's a team game, and the one thing that sticks out to me, at least as I look at the scorebook on the Indy side, down at Indy, they only had 16 points from the supporting cast. You take Lanning and Colbert out of the equation, they scored 16, and tonight, 14.
Wow.
You know, and it's a team game, and Lanning and Colbert combined for 50, and yet it's a 12-point loss.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to get that third, fourth, and fifth score, or you're it's just not going to happen, and it doesn't get much easier for Indy. They've got a couple of tough games. They play Chanute next week and Fort Scott, so they've got a couple of tough games left for them as well.
Yeah, SEK is just pretty tough this year, and definitely
everybody's
and very even. It's just
Yeah.
incredible this year. We're joined now by Viking head coach Anthony Howe. Coach, I remember right down in Indy you had lost your voice. Your voice doing okay tonight?
Hey, I got it, baby.
Okay.
I got it. I can't sing to you, but I can talk a little bit.
And 76 points tonight for your team. You guys shot the ball very well, pretty well from the free throw line as well. Tony and I were talking just before you came up. 35-point performance by Kellen Lanning, and another 15 by Colbert for 50 points. But we were saying it's a team game.
Yep,
it's a team game, and you can see my scorebook right here. Pretty balanced scoring for your team tonight, and you know you had the 5 seniors that you were able to start on senior night, and they came out, jumped out that 7-0 lead, and you know they didn't play perfectly tonight, but they played extremely well, and you know, it was a fun game to watch. And man, what do you want to say about this group of seniors? I remember before the season began, you told me I like this group.
Oh yeah, such a fun group. They're competitors.
Yeah,
you know, they love each other. I mean, they can all do their special thing that they bring to this team, and they do it gladly. You know, and I mean, shoot. Dante right there could have probably got at the end, probably got another 2 points.
Right.
Dumped it off there to Jason. You know, I mean, they just love to share it. They've like they say, they've been playing together since they were young. You know, I know, Rob and Dante's dad. Man, I know they and some others traveled with these boys and been and had them playing a lot. Yeah. So and they're coachable. Yeah. And they come work hard every day in practice, and they just a fun group. It's just when you can have those pieces like that, and you have those, you know, there's always one or two guys who don't end up scoring a lot, but yet you'd never know it by their body language or their their performance. I mean, their effort. They just complement each other really well.
Well, how nice was it for you as a head coach? You get Dante again in early foul trouble, and yet your team was able to give you just enough of a cushion. I don't think you played 1 second in the second quarter. And then, you know, he had some limited minutes in the third quarter. So, but man, that had to be a good feeling to be able to have that little bit of a cushion and you not have to feel like you needed him on the floor.
Right. I got to convince Dante he's not a shot blocker. You know what I mean? But hey,
there was one foul that he wasn't anywhere near it. Joe Kiel made the foul.
Yeah.
Joe Kiel picked up his second.
Right.
And then they gave it to Dante, and Dante's like, I wasn't even close to it.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. It's like, what's going on?
I know. But yeah, they're just a fun group, and you know they just great leaders for us, and you know, handled the foul trouble and just handled a lot of adversity all day long, and just proud of them.
You know, and I mentioned, you know, Dante didn't hardly play, it felt like, and he still ends up being your leading scorer with 20.
Yeah.
Demias was a bull, as usual, in the paint with 18. Connor Largent, 6'4 junior. You know, I think he's so patient, and your offense can be so patient at times. You know,
and he understands those other guys are going to shoot, and he goes rebounds.
Yeah, and he's a great rebounder, and you know, I'm not taking anything away from Largent, but most of the baskets he scored tonight, I think I would have made him because the offense was so good at finding him wide open for easy layups. Yeah. And it was fun to watch. It was almost like a clinic at times. Tony, what do you got?
How much do you look at the standings on the Acacia? Do you look at that very often?
Probably too much.
I was sitting there for about an hour last night. I was clicking on every single person, seeing my scenario, and I was sitting there writing it down, what I think everyone's going to finish at, and it's crazy.
I mean, I think by my calculations that win solidified us that we'll get a home game.
100%.
I think.
Yeah.
So
agree.
Even if the teams below us win out, I think they'll maybe tie us. But even at that, I think we'd still be the 8.
Yep.
And then and if we win the next 2, we could
jump up.
jump up to 5 or 6, you know, for sure 6. So just and you know, here's the cool thing because one of those people ahead of us we play Monday night.
Yeah.
So you know we could jump there.
Yeah.
So
down at Coffeyville.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, I'm not even going to tell you the scenario I like. Oh, I told Scott, but I don't even want to tell you the scenario. But you know, I'm hopeful. We're around the 7, and we host Indy here. And I'll leave it at that.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
Well, I'm just glad to be in a position where we can host one. So that's awesome for the seniors and just special group and So,
Coach, we know it was a frustrating loss here at home against Coffeyville.
Yeah.
So let's go take care of business.
Go redeem ourselves.
Yeah, go down there and get a little payback.
The other scenario that we haven't talked about is I don't know what's happened in the league games tonight, but if Coffeyville beats Chanute tonight, you know, Chanute has 3 more I mean, chances of Chanute losing out, very, very, very slim. Yeah. But mathematically, we're not eliminated from a tie in the league.
That's awesome.
If Chanute loses out, you know. But again, we play them our last game, so we're kind of in, you know, control that a little bit. But anyhow,
it'll be fun.
We'll just be happy to be playing here, and
we just keep riding that winning streak.
Yeah,
that's right.
Man, that's the way to do senior night. Great job,
Coach.
Coach.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
That was great. Talk to you Monday.
Hey. And we got to remind them that they leave these speakers in here for another week or so. We'll be back.
There you go.
All right.
Thanks, Coach. So, I didn't even run down the scoring totals for Parsons yet. I'll do that very quickly. Dante Sawyer with 20, Demias Johnson 18, Connor Largent 14, 11 points for Keel, 5 points for Barkus, 4 points apiece for Queern and Smart. I don't think Jason Smart probably gets enough credit for what he brings to this team. He doesn't score a lot of points, but man, he plays hard every second he's on the floor.
Probably at the beginning of the year, I'm going to be honest, he was a non-factor.
Yeah.
Zero factor at all if we win or lose.
Right.
These last 4 games, or actually probably during this 5-game winning streak, I believe we're on a 5-game. I think we were 7-6. Now we're 12-6. Is that right?
Yep.
So these last 4 or 5 games from Jason Smart, he has really, really stepped up his game.
Yep.
Both ends of the court, defense, offense. You know, and just playing like a senior.
Playing like
you know, this is the last few games he's got for the year. You know, so.
It just seems like. You know, like Coach Houck said, these guys, they just complement each other so well. Everybody knows what their role is. They don't care if they score 2 points or 22 points. They just want to come out and play hard, play together, and figure out a way to get out a win. And they, you know, I was really worried after that very difficult loss over at the Lancer Classic. But they didn't let it spin out of control. You know, they had the tough loss against Coffeyville. But, man, they're riding a pretty good wave right now, and I hope it continues Monday night down at Coffeyville. That'll be a weird week, so remember, everybody, next week, Monday at Coffeyville, Thursday at Chanute. So instead of Tuesday, Friday, it's Monday, Thursday. A couple of road trips for the Vikings. Once again, Parsons gets the win on senior night over Indy 76-64 to move to 12-6 on the year, and that'll wrap it up for our Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. For Karen back in the studio, and for Tony Fuentes and Scott Martle saying thanks for listening, and good night from Parsons High School.